So
You
am I
made
safe
it.
to assume that you had pink salmon for dinner today?
No. So I did catch pink salmon. I caught 3 of them, which is I think my limit was 4. It's 2, but you can catch 2 salmon. You can catch up to 4 salmon, but the extra 2 have to be pink salmon. You can't catch any other types. So I caught 3 pink salmon. I actually had a 4th on the line. We were using a downrigger there. I don't know if you saw the picture or not, but I had the 4th on the line up to the side of the boat, and it came off the hook as we were trying to get it in the net. But yeah, so I had 3 pinks, no stinks.
Damn.
That's what she said.
Yeah. But yeah, those were about 20 to 21 inch salmon. Not bad. Pretty decent size. They were all females. But yeah. But no, I don't eat them the day I catch them. And the reason is because salmon are prone to parasites. So I will freeze them for about 48 hours before I do anything with them. So if there's anything on it, in it, whatever, it'll kill that shit off.
That's funny because you see people like the survivalists is like, you can eat these right out of the river and just pick them up and take a bite out of them, you know?
But you're going to get it.
And that's how you get the shits.
You're going to get a parasite, especially with the salmon and stuff. I mean, shit, they get sea lice on them. Just if you catch them in the ocean, they're going to have sea lice on them, like stuck to the side of them. You just scrape them off really quick. But
I had salmon.
So you're sending one to me, right?
I can. I'm freezing. I just have them filleted out and on skin, and I didn't pull any of the pick bones out. So, but I can dry ice pack it and send you some if you want.
I would love that.
Yeah.
So I will pay for shipping.
I put it immediately.
I'll throw that on the grill for you, babe.
I take it right out of the ocean. Well, I leave them live on the stringer and the side of the boat in the ocean just to keep them fresh for a long time, and then they're really only transiting from the dock to my house so I can clean them and fillet them, and then put them in the vacuum seal. So yeah, they went vacuum seal last night and right in the freezer. Pretty sweet. It was a good time.
Yeah, babe. I don't think you're going to get fresher salmon than that outside of a restaurant.
Well, I mean, it's still been frozen and transported.
Yeah. But it'll be...
still won't be like Japan, you know?
Yeah.
Well, no, but...
They don't... If you get salmon in Japan, it's usually flash frozen, right? For at least 24 hours.
No.
They went and bought them from the market.
So
the day of.
Potential of getting a parasite from it.
I guess. I don't know how they mitigate that over there. But, I mean, you got whatever they could get at the market, and they would sell it throughout the weekend. So there's no, you know, some of them might have been stored, but for them, you know, the day they went to market, they served that weekend whatever they could get from the market.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's fresh in the regard that it was just caught, you know, but
yeah.
And then as soon as it was filleted, it was vacuum sealed and frozen. But yeah, that's kind of weird. I guess if they're working that in a restaurant, maybe they found the worm parasites that were in the meat near the backbone and pulled them out. I don't know, but they're usually in there.
I don't know.
So
Not sure.
It's probably a lot less prone with like tuna and large fish like that, but these salmon definitely get some parasites in them.
Yeah.
I wonder if it has to do something with like the going back and forth between fresh and salt water.
You know,
That's one of the only fish that do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I will
vacuum seal you, Jay.
And I wonder if locale has a lot to do with it too, because I know in Japan they're caught straight out of the fucking salt.
Yeah, maybe.
So,
I mean, I caught mine out of the salt, so I didn't go up in the river this time. Usually, if you go to the river, you they get into the spawning phase, so their body shape changes and they start getting really gnarly looking, because really, truly, they're close to death at that, because they spawn and die. So they'll start getting a color change, and the pinks will get this nasty old hump and a hook jaw on them, and they look pretty fucking gnarly. But and honestly, some of them like I won't even keep because they're just too close to death. I'm like, I'm not gonna keep that one. But these are these are still pretty fresh. They're still in the ocean, so and they're not. You could see their bodies weren't like changed much, but
Oh, they look nice.
yeah, they were.
That's for sure. Yeah, when I saw it on Twitter, I was like, I'm gonna see if he'll send one.
Yeah, I probably could. Yeah, do that. The season's still open, so I'm gonna try to hit the kings at some point. See if I can get some king salmon. But
whatever you catch, if you want to just send a little bit down this way, Ashley will be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Because I'll throw that shit on the smoker.
I gotta figure out how to do all
Cam
that.
wants one too, by the way. She's said something 3 times. So.
All right, yeah.
Just making sure y'all see it.
You'll text me, I'm sure of it.
We had salmon for dinner today, and I found out today why people drink red wine with salmon all the time. It's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I've never
It's the
tried.
first time I ever had a glass of wine with dinner.
Dehead mines and take the bone out. I don't leave the heads on them. No, I take them.
No, you just send her just the fish heads.
So I have them in a bag.
Fish heads.
I have all that stuff in a bag in the freezer right now, waiting for the trash to go out.
So if y'all go look at Twitter, you'll get to see what I cooked today.
Oh, but yeah. So I got
some really nice breasticles.
It also looks like it has a peeper coming out the top, but
just a backbone.
It does. It looks like a turtle coming out of its shell. Like, is the cooking process done yet?
What the? Is that beer can chicken?
Dr. Pepper.
Oh, Dr. Pepper can chicken.
And I made a homemade Dr. Pepper sauce along with it.
You should bring that up on the.
Daddy made that
on the screen.
Well, yeah, we both did it. Okay,
so everybody can see what we're looking at. It looks delicious.
Oh
wait, it's right here in front of my face. I was like, "What the fuck am I doing?" All right.
Oh shit.
I need to stop doing that. I instantly, when y'all say look at Twitter and stuff like that, I instantly grab my phone when I could be showing it on stream.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
It looks like a pumpkin with wings.
It does. Like paint the top of it green.
So I did the portrait mode on it, but like you can kind of see like over here down at the bottom, like because I cooked it on that fucking pan. Or whatever, I smoked it on there because it was a lot easier to carry without spilling everything. So all the juices were down there, and I didn't really want to get a picture of all the juices and shit.
It looks good. You want the heads, Jay? Okay.
It was super moist.
Moist. Why do people hate that word? I don't understand.
It's weird. I don't know why people don't like it.
I only hate it because other people hate it. Like it bothers me that other people hate it, so I don't like hearing it because it reminds me that other people hate it. Does that make sense?
I was like just
Creed,
kind of
Creed or Nickelback, It's like I only hate them because other people hate them.
So you're like a bandwagon
all right.
hater then.
I'm like I think about other people not liking it, and it makes
juices too. That one people get weird about.
Yeah,
moist juices.
Okay. Like my word is jism. Like jizz is fine, but jism just kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Is that a word?
I didn't think that was even a word.
We need a fact check on this.
Yeah, I'm fact checking right now.
If you're just making up words,
I think jism is actually the proper term.
Like, why would you go through all the trouble to add an additional sound on it when you could just stop at the zzz?
Dictionary.com, jism, J-I-S-M.
You could just stop at the zzz. I like that.
Noun, vulgar slang.
Y'all know I'm all about like efficiency when talking.
Yeah.
So
right.
As a noun, it's semen. As a verb, it's ejaculate.
It's 2 syllables to say that with the M in there. So,
right, like why bother? It's like all in
That's
oil.
why they shortened it to jizz.
Yeah. Maybe you're onto something here.
Yeah. Okay. Here, I'll show you. Here goes.
Rebel 1.
I got it up.
Fact check. On the screen.
Oh,
Vulgar.
so
It's just a variant.
It's both
Yeah, it's a
vulgar
variant.
slang.
plural.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's plural, like more than one person.
No, I thought it was saying because I
was
read
like bukkake or something like that.
Thought it
I think-
said singular, not slang.
I think that's zzz.
Use over time for jism. It
Zzz.
really started at probably what is that? 1930s, 40s, maybe,
Holy cow!
and then skyrocketed, and
all of us.
right there.
2018,
Our
Yeah.
generation.
2000.
eight-
Weirdos, man.
8 or 18.
That's about
2018.
2000.
This is the measure
maybe,
inversely
yeah.
proportionate to society. As that goes up, just
Society.
yeah.
Society
going down.
declines.
Mhm.
All right, we're done with that one. So, but anyway, back to that fucking barbecue sauce.
There we go.
What barbecue?
That shit. The barbecue sauce that I made.
Oh yeah.
What we made.
Yeah.
Me and her dad. That shit fucking good. It's like a sweet heat.
Mm. I do
Ashley
like.
was even like,
Yeah.
Ashley was even like, I'll put that on some fucking burgers and shit.
I do like barbecue sauce that capture those things, like a little heat, sweetness, a little saltiness to it. I like all those things together.
Well,
Yeah.
all we did, it was ketchup, washer sister sauce, brown sugar, and then I used some like rub that I have around the house, salt, pepper, and some red pepper.
You simmer
Flakes.
it a little bit.
Yeah, and then I poured a can of Dr. Pepper in it. Yeah, and then just fucking
Yeah, wash your sister sauce.
sister.
wash your sister sauce.
I call it that just for fun. I know it.
Yeah.
Wash your sister sauce.
My brain works faster than my mouth sometimes, and so I will fuck up Worcestershire sauce.
I wonder
if
how
I try to say it in a
time,
sentence.
yes.
So I say Worcestershire sauce.
I wonder how Google pronounces it. I wonder. I'm gonna see. Oh, let's see here. Oh my gosh, that's bright in my face. I want to hear it. How do you? Isn't there a thing where you can have it pronounce words?
Yeah, hold on.
Listen to how Siri says it.
Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire.
I got you. I think I got you. Hold on.
Oh, you got me?
Make
Okay.
sure. They say it right. Hold on.
How many different accents can we hear it in? Make sure your audio is turned up because it's super quiet in the stream.
It should be.
Worcestershire.
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 British is the only other one.
Cam says, listen,
Worcestershire.
What?
listen to how Siri says it. Hey Siri, how do you pronounce Worcestershire sauce?
Eats.com. The recipe for Worcestershire sauce, pronounced Worcestershire or share, dates back to the early 19th century when the British Lord Sanders acquired it during travels.
I don't need to
Hey
know
Siri,
all that.
say
Siri.
Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, say Worcestershire sauce.
She doesn't even
I
understand
don't even know what you're saying.
It's like it's not a word.
Worcestershire.
Malfunction.
She can't understand you.
Worcestershire's made out of fish, isn't it?
It has anchovies.
Yeah, anchovy,
Making the
yeah.
AI pronounce Worcestershire sauce is going to cause the AI revolution.
Fermented anchovies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Isn't that soy sauce as well?
No.
That's
Soy
soy.
sauce is usually vegan.
Yeah, it's soy.
Yeah,
But
it's like soybean or something, right?
Fermented though, right? Fermented soy.
Yeah.
Soybean.
I think so.
Fermentation.
Chinese originate
Makes
traditionally
sense.
made from
soy
a
sauce.
fermented paste of soybeans, roasted grain, brine, and asparagus or
Asparagus?
Aspergillus.
Aspergillus. Aspergillus.
Aspergillus.
What is that?
I fucking know.
Aspergillus. Because the G is an H and the L is a Y. Aspergillus.
It's also known as koji mold.
Koji mold? What the f is a koji?
It's a filamentous fungus.
Oh. So
Here, I got it.
Sounds yummy.
So that's what they use to ferment it, then, huh? Oh, nice. So it's made with a mold, then.
Yes, it's made with mold.
Oh,
I had that one time. A little Ajax right up.
I like those magic erasers to take that.
Yeah.
Interesting,
Some
actually.
Barkeeper's friend and a magic eraser. It was gone in no time.
Aspergillus, yeah, koji mold.
Yeah.
Weird. What is? Oh man, we're learning stuff today. This is an educational section of the podcast. And now on
I'll go get the banana. Oh wait, never mind.
Jokes. Jay's like, I'm out. I don't want to learn shit. Okay.
AG his ears lowered.
Oh, did he?
No.
Oh. I have.
Do it.
When you got up earlier, it looked like your hair was properly done. You know, like freshly done. I'm looking for it fresh.
Same.
Fresh.
Yeah.
So fresh and so clean.
I gotta turn.
And wait.
I want to get Jay's one day. We get Jay's opinion on all these different teacher hack things I've been seeing coming out. Like I saw one that was some lady had a bag of like colored straws, and then she had a piece of like blue duct tape, and she took the straws and cut them into like halves, I think, and then duct taped it to the desk and slid 2 pencils in, like 2 of them. Slid 2 pencils in it. Now you'll never lose your pencils again. The fucking, it made no sense to me.
Isn't that why we have the little things in the binders? The little pen cases, the pen pouches?
Pencil holder.
Or if you have a desk that has those little
has the little dip in it.
Yeah, that you can put stuff in. Like, come on.
I don't think they have those anymore.
I love them.
I think that's like old people shit.
Yeah, what you do is you take a ball of ticky tack and you just shove it right into ticky tack on your desk and you're good.
Jay saw it.
Like
yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. It's a waste of time and money. She's being extra.
Well, but I bet, but you know what? She probably got like 1.5 million views on that fucking video too. And everybody's like, oh my God, this is so nice.
Yeah.
When you can go spend $2 on a fucking pencil holder.
I want to go into one of those people's houses once. I bet everything is held together with fucking duct tape, gum, scotch tape. Gum. It's all plastic, you know. Yeah, pencil box. Exactly.
Yeah, pencil box. See? Yeah.
Like, here's what I used my Kleenex box for, you know. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, there is one Kleenex box hack that I use, and that's the when I weed in my vinyl, I'll use the Kleenex box to clean my weeder, and it works perfect.
When you're what?
I didn't understand anything you just said.
When you take you write a letter and you're taking like the circle out of the O and stuff in vinyl sticker.
Oh,
you're using like a little hook, and when you get that, and you can just like put it in a tissue box, it comes right out perfect.
I had no idea, Jay.
I said weeder.
Weeder. I was lost. I was like, what the fuck is a weeder? I thought he was talking about weed eater or something.
At first I thought he was talking about weed eater. He just said weeder.
I took me a moment to process all of that. I'm like, wait a minute, what is he talking about? Oh, now that you've explained it, I understand. Like you could use the little hook or like a box cutter, razor blade or something to pull the corners, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to turn that fan off, but I can't.
Everyone heard wiener.
Yeah.
I mean, that's only because you're waiting for the dick joke from me. That's the only reason. You're like, you're
you about to get this dick.
Every time, Skip.
I can't help it. It triggers me to laugh. It just it's funny every time. Yeah. He said wiener. I'm pretty sure.
1,000.
No, the other night, Skep and I, we were doing his thing is nice cock. And so I think somebody said like nice penis, and then we just like started degrading on like more immature words to call nice wiener, nice weenie.
It got very immature, but it was funny. Wait, so do you take all the tissues out of the tissue box just so you can?
Yeah. No, the empty ones.
Oh,
I keep one, handy.
Oh. Where do you put it at?
I bet.
On the nightstand?
Is it in the bathroom next to the lotion?
It's folded up nicely.
I actually keep up my Lubriderm bottle in the box, the empty box, until I need to use it. It's just a 2-in-1 process, upcycling. It's all about saving the world, man.
It's folded up in like some origami swan thing on the nightstand. There's a bottle of lubricant right there.
Candles all around it.
Oh, hey, man. Yo! Gotta romance yourself,
Oh. You gave me a chance.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you need to turn that noise suppression off thing.
Yeah,
that one's really glitchy.
Some of them aren't. And that one's super loud too, so it should open it up.
When I had it on, I couldn't use my bleep button at all.
What was that?
That was my beat button.
Oh. It sounded like somebody went.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded
Yeah,
like.
so I was watching it on my end to see like what it did, and it immediately like cuts out. But see, if I turn the crisp off, my shit's gonna sound like ass.
Whoa, that's a huge difference.
That is a huge difference.
Yeah, so that's why I keep it on.
Huge.
That's what she said.
Huge. My hands.
Set it up. Knocked it down.
If I could get the actual plugins on Wavelength to work, I'd be a lot happier. Excuse me.
Is that through your app? The Elgato app or whatever that is? Because you got a wave mic, right?
Yes. So on my stream, I have filters. I use the OBS filters because those are way better than the ones on the actual Wavelength software. I've been watching to see there's a specific plugin I want to come to Wavelength, and as soon as that one comes in, then I will be all right because it's the same app that OBS uses for their filters.
I mean, I like you, Jay, but
definitely what she said, Jay.
We haven't even gone on a date, so no.
There's still a 1 0 in my bank account.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Are you grading papers, Jay?
School starts for my kids tomorrow.
Oh,
Jesus.
I'm curious as to what he's working on right now.
There's no telling.
He's definitely venting right now.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Daily rights. Okay.
We're here for you. 5 to 7 sentences. Huh? Okay.
Bro, I can't even write one correctly without it being run on.
So yeah.
I
sentences reminded me. I have a story about today. The woes of Piper.
I was waiting for you to get that one out.
Well, you were gonna talk, and so I was trying to let you talk. But
I was trying to judge what was going on, and was there a pause? Okay, I just need to shut up.
Yeah, no, what, Jay? What? Can you just spit it out? Like you can't spit it out like I can't. Jesus, I got myself.
Welcome back, Merc.
Hey. We're waiting. Anytime.
Come on, Jay.
I think he said shoot as in like you go, Tuna.
Yeah, you say what you're gonna say, bro, and then we'll catch up with Jay.
So, Piper today, story time.
Yes.
So I need to go clean out the grill and all that shit today. So I went outside. I was doing some shit, and then I come back in, and Ashley's on the phone, and she's like, "I'm gonna need you to calm down," and like blah 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 blah, and like she upset, and I was like, "Fuck." She goes, "I can't talk to you when you talk like this," and that's when it hit me. I was like, "Oh, that's Piper," because Piper will go from fucking 0 to fucking hero in light speed.
She's very animated.
Yes, like very, very, very animated. And she'll get upset. If it's something that upset her, she'll be like crying and trying to bitch about it and all this other stuff. And Ashley, like, it'll spark that anxiety. And she's like, ah. It's actually kind of funny watching both of them sometimes, even though I feel bad for Ashley.
I'm like, I can't talk to you when you're like this. Like, I don't function well in a state of chaos. And when she gets all up like that, she is very chaotic. And I'm like, you know.
So I'm going to let you take over because you were on the phone with her.
Well, at first I thought she was laughing. I thought she was with one of her friends, and that's how hysterical she was. But she I pick up the phone, and it's actually Tuna's phone because I must have left mine sitting around somewhere. I found later that she called me first, and obviously I didn't answer. So I was on his phone, and I pick it up, and she's like, I'm like, what? I need what? So at first I didn't even know. I was trying to decipher, is she laughing? Is she crying? But I knew she was yelling. That was the only thing I could get out of it. And finally I hear, I just quit my job. And I was like, okay, don't yell at me because I couldn't understand you the first time. Like, you don't have to yell it. I just need you to say it clearer. But she was trying to tell me that she had just quit her job. So she's, I guess, on her way home. If I had known she was driving, I would have told her not to drive in that state because she was talking to me while being extremely upset, obviously. And so she starts going in about how one of the managers was being an asshole to her and he was disrespecting her. And again, a lot of it is gibberish. I can only understand that she's yelling and I'm hearing manager, dress code, whatever. Like, I'm hearing little words here and there, and I'm trying to I have to like put them together to figure out what the fuck she's talking about. And at the end of the day, Piper doesn't wear a lot of shorts. You know, y'all know she doesn't dress very feminine anyway most of the time. So shorts is just not really her thing. She usually wears pants, and but it's fucking hot here, so she finally decided to wear shorts to work. And it
was the second time
in 6 months of her working there that she wore shorts. And one of the managers, who apparently is always kind of picking on her a little bit or finding something to get on to her about, pulled her in and tried to dress code her for her shorts. And she was like, I measured these shorts before I left the house. And she was like, I wore them on Friday. And 2 other managers also tried to call her out for it and determined that they were not necessarily against dress code. You know, like when you're in school and you wear shorts and all the teachers that pass by think that you might be breaking dress code, and so they pull you off to kind of check it. And, you know, that's the situation she was in. So they asked her about it on Friday, but everybody said it was fine. And so she wore them again today, and it was a different manager, and he pulls her in and he starts telling her, nope, they're too short, blah, 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 blah. And so then she goes back and forth on whether or not she couldn't remember what they told her in orientation. Was it 3 inches above the knee, or was it 3 inches or 2 inches below the fingertip? She's like, they flip flop, but oh, by the way, there's girls that wear shorter shorts than this all the time, and nobody ever dress codes them. So she feels like she's being called out at this point. And so that's kind of what it all boiled down to, was she felt like she was being called out when nobody else gets called out. And she's like, there's this one guy, he's the favorite, and he wears shorts that are so tight and they're shorter than the 3 inches. And oh, by the way, they're so tight, you can see the outline of his junk through his shorts. She's like, but nobody says anything to him. She's like, I bet you if I walked in there with my shirt pulled like this, and she like yanks her shirt all tight and everything, she was like, I bet somebody would say something and all that. So, so she fucking quit. She just well, she didn't explicitly say I quit, but he argued with her, and she finally told him, because he tried to send her home to change and come back, and she said, "You don't pay me enough to drive all the way back out to my house to change into change into something else to come all the way back out here when I'm in dress code." She's like, "Measure it," and he's like, "No," and she goes, "Just do me the honor of measuring them, because I measured them before I wore them up here." And so he pulled out a tape measure or whatever, and measures it, and it's right at 3 inches above her knee. So he gets all pissy and he goes, "Well, just don't wear them again." And she's like, "But why? If they're in dress code, I didn't break the rules, right? And I can stay today, but you're singling me out and making me feel like I did something wrong when other people actually do stuff wrong." And he was like, "Tell me where. Give me an exact person and an exact date." And she's like, "I don't remember, but I know it happens all the time." And so, anyway, so she throws an absolute fit, and he finally told her, he was like, "Go home." And she goes, "If I go home, I'm not coming back. You can take me off the schedule." And he goes, "Okay." And she left. And she was like, "I'm not putting up with this bullshit." So on one hand, we were trying to be like, while I don't necessarily agree with what he did, I feel like I'm not teaching her anything if I don't also point out the fact that you're not like, she still lives in this teenage fantasy land of things should be fair, and if you fight hard enough, you can force them to be fair or right.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't work that way. So I'm like, there's probably a better way you could have handled it, because she was so emotional and so like in arms about it. And I was like, unfortunately, when we work for other people, as long as they're not breaking any laws or rules or policies or doing anything to actually harm you, they can have a bad day and be an asshole, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. It is what it is. And you can't just quit every job because somebody does something you don't like. That was what it boiled down to. But that's the kind of world she lives in right now. So, but she was like, "Right now, I just need y'all to be on my side, and we can talk about what I did wrong later."
She needs teammates right now.
Yeah.
That's literally what she said. Yeah. She goes, "I need y'all to be on my back." And I'm like, well, I mean, you're overreacting though, too. I'm not going to be the guy that's like, "Oh yeah, like go for it. Go for the fucking head." I'm going to be the, let's look at all sides, totality of circumstances. Yeah. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And so
you guys want to just hit up the raid really quick?
Yes.
Miss Rain, did I say that right? Came in with 10? Did I see that?
10.
Let's freaking
10.
go.
Thank you so much, Miss Rain.
That's actually, I think, is that the first raid we've had on the podcast since you've been doing it?
I believe so.
Yes.
You popped the cherry. I mean, that's awesome. Thank you.
That's what she said.
Guys, make sure you drop Miss Rain a follow, please. And if you're new, please drop a follow on the channel. Stick around.
One day we will figure out our life and get the alert set up.
I mean, it showed up in the chat at the top. I just didn't want to. I don't want to put an alert over our Discord screen. We could, but maybe like a little banner. Or something.
We can put it up top. Yeah, banner up top.
I could put a banner. I'll work on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll work on that stuff. That's awesome.
But yeah, what is that? Shuya Muya? Yes, Ace Ventura reference.
I think that's shitty.
You nailed it.
There's limits for a reason, Like you can be at the limit. It's there for. It's a limit. As long as you're not past that, then there shouldn't be an issue. You could be at or below. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, she's meeting a standard. And
exactly.
and I think that's what really threw her for a loop. Is because she did prove him wrong. He didn't like it, and then he just went back to, "Oh well, don't wear him again."
That's terrible management. That's terrible leadership.
So
he took it personally, is what he did.
He absolutely did. Yeah.
And the whole time I'm like, okay, it's fucking bullshit. This dude, he's doing some bullshit stuff, and she's yelling at us, of course, like, "Why can't you just be on my side?" and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, "Piper, did you not hear me? The first words out of my mouth were, yeah, that's fucked up. That's what he did." But, I was like, started talking about like, the way to professionally handle things. I'm like, it's called stress management in those situations. I was like, I get it. You're young. It's going to take time to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, but it's always good to go back and look at those things, what you could have done differently, and then later on that could help you out.
So I will say one thing, that this was Tuna's mistake. He, in a very heightened emotional moment for a female, he looked at her and said, "You know what I'm going to say, babe?"
Don't. You didn't say you need to calm down, did you?
No. It's even worse. It's even worse. He said, "You get overly emotional."
Oh, that's like the times 10 of calm the fuck down.
But I mean,
it was the wrong time. And of course, then she goes, like, she just rockets off into a whole nother thing. And I was like, oh no, here we go. She's like, I don't need to hear that. I know I need to fix it. I know I do this. I know I do that. But I need you to just be on my side right now. We can talk about what I did wrong later. And we can talk about my emotional state later. I mean, like, I was like, that was the wrong first thing to come out of his mouth. Like, she was already in a heightened state of emotion. Don't tell an emotional woman she's being overly emotional.
Yeah, baby me back down to earth, and then we can dump on me.
Well, but with me, right? I'm like, with her, like with Piper specifically or whatever, there is nothing that I don't tell her or whatever that is not the fucking truth. Like, straight up, I let it out, because
right.
she's one of those that, that is her come to Jesus moment, oh my God, is when I do stuff like that with her. And now looking back on it was, a little bit too early to say that, probably.
Too soon?
I mean,
it was just.
I mean, yes
no
and
regrets.
no. Like,
never too soon.
There's a good lesson there, though. For everybody, you're gonna come across those things in your life, and you got to figure out how to handle it. For yourself.
And that's what I was
What's
trying
your reaction gonna be?
Yeah, and that's what I tried to explain to her. I was like, because I could agree, even if I agree with her, even if I think what he did was wrong, and I'm always honest with her. If I don't agree with her, I'll tell her in a less stimulating way than Tuna does. But my thing is that if I egg it on and I go, oh my God, that's terrible, that's wrong, he did a bad thing, let's do this, let's do that, what am I teaching her? I'm teaching her that life is supposed to be fair and you can somehow fix it. Like that I can't figure out how to put it into words, but it's just, I'm not teaching her anything by leaning into that they did me wrong and they shouldn't be able to do that mentality. Like, shouldn't is very different from can, right? They can, and it doesn't make it right. But if you live your life under the pretense that people are always going to treat you fairly, even people that should, like managers and bosses, you're going to be disappointed your whole life. And I just don't want her to have that. I just want her to be realistic about it. And also, you can't run away from every job when something bad happens. Like, that's facts. You'll lose every job you ever have.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty popular now, though. A lot of people, they're not happy somewhere, they're out.
Bounce.
Yeah.
Maybe like 4 or 5 jobs in a year, So one thing happens.
They're done.
Well, I mean, that's, why there's, fucking job shortages everywhere.
I think it's entitlement mentality. That's the word I'm looking for. Entitlement. I'm entitled to fairness, people being nice to me, all those things. Like, not entitled in a material sense, but just entitlement in general. And I'm not going to let her just think that that's what's always going to happen.
Yeah.
Merc had a question too. I don't know if you guys saw that, but
would you have a lower paying job?
Yeah.
Would you rather work a job that pays well but you aren't happy with it or puts you in a sour mood, or would you rather work where you get paid less or aren't getting as many bonuses and be happy and enjoy it?
So this is actually my life story. Yeah. I mean, feel free if anybody else wants to go, but I do.
I'll wait for
I
you.
think
Go
we're
ahead.
all on the same page. Work work the job that pays less but makes you happy.
Yeah.
So I did the opposite.
Murder somebody.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. Because a life sentence is like what they 3 cents and 3 cents a day.
Mm-hmm.
I did 12 years of exactly that. Chasing a corporate career, trying to climb the ladder. I was very ambitious, very career driven. Went to college, got 2 degrees, pursued a career off of it. And after 5.5 years in the military was actually, my military story is a little bit different than some people because I didn't join early, as just a job. I actually picked my career field and everything based off of what I did on the civilian side. So I was a corporate accountant, and then I was a finance officer in the military. And after 5.5 years of that, and I'll never forget the moment that it happened too. The exact moment that I knew the answer to that question was when we went to Thailand. So I was being deployed in 2019. It was my first time, and we took a trip to Thailand. And I actually have a picture of this moment. He had no idea he was capturing that in this moment, but he took a picture of me. I was sitting with my feet in the pool, overlooking the ocean from our, hotel or whatever. And I was like, what in the fuck have I been doing with my life? Like, that was the first real vacation, like, honest to goodness. I had no job behind me, right? Because I was leaving for 6 months. So I didn't have to worry about anything that was going on back there. I didn't have anything to worry about there yet. So I was like in between responsibilities. So it was like the freest I'd felt in probably like 12 years. And I was like, I'm going to live here one day. This is it. Like, this is the feeling that I want. And I spent that was 2019. I spent the next 2.5 years up until the time I got out trying to figure out how to still make a living and still be satisfied with life without working my ass off and doing jobs that I wasn't happy with. And that's what I did. And ultimately I started my business, and I went from a 6-figure job to not a 6-figure job.
And I mean, she just now, in the past 9 months, are able to support herself in her business with her own funds.
Yeah, I finally moved all my bills over to my business checking account, and so now I'm not having to front my business anymore to keep the lights on with our personal money, and that was a big accomplishment for me. But I'm only in my first 2 years of business, so I'm not mad at it. But I get up every single day, and I'm grateful, and I'm happy. And I enjoy doing what I do. And if I don't feel like doing it that day, I don't. And it's been the best 2 years of my life. I don't regret it for 1 second.
I think a lot of people find joy in being able to be their own boss. You know what I mean? For lack of better terms, but self-employed, because they're really answering to nobody except themselves and the customer if they choose to.
Yeah. And not everybody's made for that. Like, there's some people that enjoy having a person to just tell them what to do, and they do it. And that is not me. I learned in the military that I do not like being told what to do.
Yeah.
There's free thinkers and drones.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
I haven't thought about it like that, really.
I love my old job and taking care of people, but I wasn't happy waking up to go to the job. And on my current job, I actually do love it. And I mean, I say do what makes you happy. There ain't enough life.
Yeah.
Both of the mercs in the chat are within ingredients and have the same thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've had the pleasure of knowing the lady Merc for 4 years now, I think. And I know what you're talking about because there were a lot of times where, we were talking about that and you were just venting off about the boss and the people you work with at your old job and your new job. You're totally different now with that. You can
tell one lady that was always late.
Yeah, you can tell you're happier now. So yeah. No, I get that. I think it's important to find a balance, at least. To try to find a balance. Don't go and do something you're just absolutely miserable in, You got to find a balance, I think, if you possibly can, or create that balance for yourself. because, money you can always get money back, but time you cannot get back. So
mental health is harder to get back.
Yeah.
Hard to come back from.
I got really lucky with what I'm doing now. I always told myself if I didn't trust the people that I deploy with, it's time for me to go. Well, that happened a while back and I couldn't go because I wasn't at the age yet, because I probably would have done past 20. Like, I like it. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then, got back to where I'm at now and it was just a shit show, and now it started getting better. But then this job came up and everybody looks at me and they're like, how are you? I'm like, fucking zero stress. And they're like, what? I was like, I ain't putting up with the bullshit back at the unit. None of it.
It's that.
None of it. I was like,
recharge.
and I was like, I actually feel that I am welcomed and wanted and listened to. Like, it's a 3-year job. I could see myself possibly doing it. But I'm like, I'm just doing 20. But, it's one of those where I could see myself doing the full 3 years of the job.
Sometimes people get in those positions too, I think in the military especially, where they find that assignment that allows them to recharge a bit, and like they make a decision to go, oh, I had a good last 3 to 4 years and I can do a couple more, and they do that, and then they get into that. Now they're in a shitty job again because the good job, the happy job, at that point it only lasts for so long. And then you got to go back to the hard stuff, and then you're like, what the fuck did I do? And then I think it's like this vicious cycle, I mean,
that's really honestly how it was for me, because I mean, when I went to go being an instructor or whatever, those 4 years, I fucking loved it. I'm talking about doing it on the civilian side after I retire. I mean, Ashley just talked about it, going back to San Antonio.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it one day, like sitting on a lake or whatever, but talking about doing that, and that kind of recharged me. And then I went to the most hellacious hellhole. I don't wish that evil on anybody. Japan was nice. Like, it's a vicious cycle is really what it is, I think. But this recharge specifically, I think is just way too late.
When you retire, there might be some land across the street from ours still for sale.
You know how long of a drive that'd be to get to San Antonio every day, though?
So
why would you need, if you're retiring, why would you need to go to San Antonio?
I still like, so here's my thing, like everybody can look up retirements, disabilities, all that stuff. It's all public knowledge.
Yeah.
When I retire, I will more than likely be making more than what I am making now. Potentially,
yes, you could.
Potentially,
you gotta max out on everything. So,
well, the thing about it is if she ends up bumping to 100, I don't think I'm gonna have an issue getting to 100. There's always that one thing, that could be like, nope, and then, which, okay, cool, whatever, I'll fight it later. But if we're both at 100 plus my retirement, that's, I mean.
Depends, man, because at 20 years, you're only at 50%.
$4,000 a month.
So you got to make up that difference, plus you got to make up the housing allowance difference, plus the sustenance allowance difference. So there's a lot of differences you got to make up.
But that's 50%. The thing. You look at it. You look at what an E6 makes.
Yeah.
Right.
We just looked at our current take home.
Yeah. What I take home or whatever. And here's the kicker. It's not taxable.
Yeah, the VA portion.
Yeah. So that right there, like, would we have to work if that ultimately worked in that favor? No, we wouldn't. But, when it comes to like still saving, traveling, doing all the things or whatever, that's really the reason I'd go back to work is to have the fun money.
Yeah.
Is what it would be.
Yeah, I was looking at that calculator. I did doing some calculations too, because when I finish my current tour that I'm on, I'll be at 28 years, and I was doing the math too, and I'm like, I just don't even know if I could make up. I don't know, you know what I mean? I don't know, because VA maxes out on disability at like, what is it, 38 or something, somewhere around there.
It's just over 4K.
Yeah,
so like I would 38 without dependents.
Yeah.
Right. So with dependents, which
It's just
would be a
over
little
4K.
more. Right.
It'll be. You'll be well because it depends. Like it actually goes for your wife.
Yeah.
And then your children
adds
as well
up.
is what brings it over to what brings it over 4K.
Yeah, so you get 1, 2, 3.
So you'll get about almost 4,000 because of your spouse.
Yeah.
And then your kids add, that.
Yeah.
So
bring it up to 42.
So mine with Garrett and the 2 girls at 100% would be just over 4K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But literally the day they turn 18, they get removed.
Yeah.
Unless they're going to school.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless they're going to school.
And then you make more.
And then it's up to like age 23 or 4.
But then you have to, so make sure you resubmit them because they're going to automatically take her off as soon as she turns 18.
Yeah.
And then you have to resubmit it with proof that she's going to school.
Which we're screwed because Piper's not. She might go to a community college or something like that, or a trade school.
If she's going to school.
Yeah, but it won't be for like as long as like a 4-year degree or anything.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that especially our generation, and I know there's a little bit of a difference between some of us, but for the most part, in our generation, we grew up in a pipeline of like the right thing to do was to go to college and get a degree and get a good job and make the money and do all the things. And like I feel like they were doing such a hard push for college, especially around the time I was coming out of high school. I mean, the norm that your families you were expected to do was to go to college, right? And because no one else in my family had gone to college, that was a big thing for me. I wanted to go to college, but the difference is that I pursued careers for the sake of making money instead of looking internally and going, okay, what would I really want to do? What would actually make me happy? And then going after that, it was opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And so every choice that I made, every job that I worked was driven by money. It's kind of like, with nutrition and stuff like that, when they say, don't be gluttonous because food is actually just meant to fuel the body. It's not meant to be pleasurable or enjoyed or whatever. I mean, we do, right? But it's actually just fuel for your body. It was the same thing for, it was like, that's all it was to make money. It wasn't, I never realized that you were supposed to actually enjoy what you're doing too, that you could have both. It wasn't one or the other. And it might be a little harder, but, I never imagined being able to make a life out of doing stuff that I actually enjoyed doing just as a hobby. So, now here I am, still $54,000 in student loan debt with degrees I'm not even using anymore. But I'm happy.
It's important that you're happy,
Yeah.
Till that student loan payment comes and hits again.
I couldn't afford it either, Merc. That's why I have $54,000 in student loans. Yeah, I got Pell Grants, and then anything that Pell Grants didn't cover, I got loans for, because we were a low-income family, so I qualified for pretty much everything at the time. We were married at 18 with a baby, so
I don't understand.
We had WIC and food stamps.
Yeah,
I had that when I was younger too. Yeah,
my mom got her GED, but both my parents didn't graduate high school, so my goal was high school.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been the first in my immediate family to graduate, so that was my goal.
I grew up afraid. I had a scarcity mindset. I still struggle with that. A scare. Not that I didn't have. I didn't. I have everything I needed. Don't get me wrong, but we were definitely a lower income family, and I wanted to. And the history of my family is that way. Particularly on my mom's side. And my goal was to change that. I didn't want my kids to have to worry about going to college if they wanted to. I didn't want, I just didn't want that scarcity for them that I had. So I felt like going to college was the only way to do that. And
yeah.
So
it's hard when you have to calculate every little thing,
Yeah.
And then sometimes understand that like you've done your math, but that little thing doesn't fit. at that point.
Yeah.
So,
like my thing, like if the Air Force didn't require a fucking high school diploma, I probably wouldn't have finished.
Yeah.
Out my senior year, probably wouldn't have. But and then you get in and everybody's like preaching education. This is what you got to do for, personal and professional development. And like they preach it. And like literally everybody in my office, except for the two civilians, are in school. Literally, they're in school. And they're like, "Are you in class?" I said, "No." They're like, "Well, why?" I said, "I want to."
You have a trade.
I was like, I have two associate's degrees. And they're like, "Well, what are you going to do when you get out?" I was like, "If all else fails, I'll go be a fucking cop."
Yeah, I think your career field matters, right? Like he's got that trade, whereas like people in my career field, degrees matter. Like they really do. In finance and accounting, you're not going to get jobs on the outside without some level of education.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be, if worse comes to worse, you security guard. You're not going to be as secure as it like financially. You're going to live a little bit, but
I really want you to be a rent-a-cop.
You're still going to survive.
I would never be a security guard.
Tuna the rent-a-cop.
Come on. It's a perfect retirement job.
Well, if you're making like $18 an hour and you got retirement on top of that, you're just topping up to keep yourself from being bored.
Paul Tuna,
the thing about that, I look at a security guard, I'm like, and I laugh at him. I'm like, you have no fucking power, dude. Like, you can't do shit. You really can't.
But it's like Daddy with the Walmart greeter. My dad was just saying the other night, he can be a Walmart greeter.
Well, I mean, there's different types of security guards. I'm not talking about like fucking a mall cop or anything like that. You can be a personal bodyguard. That's a security guard as well. Or,
the way that I look at him, it's all, like when I think security guard, I'm looking, fucking Paul Blart, type shit. When you look at personal, when you look, when you're talking about,
don't make me get my mace out on you.
Yeah. When you're looking at bodyguard and all that shit, that personal security and all that, which actually, when we're going to be in Baton Rouge next week, probably going to be talking to my buddy about it again. One of my actual old students, he's ex-homicide detective out of New Orleans. All that. He doesn't do that anymore at all. But he does, one of his really good friends owns a personal security company, and they're always looking for people. To go do stuff. And he's like, dude, the dumb fucking money you make out of that.
You can, there's potential there for sure.
Because security is like transporting goods, the high valuable goods and stuff like that. That's all security as well.
I wouldn't see myself doing. I'm an adrenaline junkie,
and he's a people person.
Yeah. So
protecting people
in different areas though is different.
Yeah, and that's the way I look at it.
Security here. You work security here in like one of the casinos. You absolutely have power.
Oh yeah.
Because I did security at a casino when I first got out, and
and those types of jobs. Because I mean, they have casinos here, and for casino security, that shit actually pays pretty damn good.
Money's always protected the best.
Yeah. So
I was just telling Piper. Oh, go ahead.
I know a guy that got out of the military and started working valet over at one of the casinos here local or whatever, and the dude was making like making $70K a year on tips.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking about jobs the other day with Piper too. Funny. And I just remember telling her the other day, there's this, have y'all seen this trend on TikTok, like lazy girl jobs or whatever it is, where like people are starting to embrace those jobs that you show up, you do your job and you go home. That like it's not an advancement, it's not a career thing. It's the easy jobs that you show up, you do your job, you go home, and there's no stress, there's no management, there's no nothing, and people are embracing that culture now. And I was just telling Piper the other day, I was like, you know what you need? And she's like, what? And I was like, you need to go find you a receptionist job somewhere. And she's like, why? And I was like, I look back on it now, and one of the first jobs I had when we were living here in Bossier, one of the, typical, I was a military spouse. You work where you can because you usually have trouble doing education and being stable and having a job, careers and all that stuff. I landed a job as a receptionist at a real estate company, at a Coldwell Banker here. And I look back on it now and I'm like, if I was bored enough, like if I wasn't running a business, I would probably go back to that fucking job.
Yeah.
Like $9-10 an hour just to go sit there for 8 hours a day, answer phones and pass out mail. Fuck, man. Like low stress, earn a paycheck and not have to worry about anything else. I was like, I'm telling you, there's more value in those jobs than you think there is whenever you're young and you know, you don't appreciate them as much.
So to add to that too, like just for example, so my wife started as we're in the military young. I think we were, I don't know, mid-20s or something. She started a job as a receptionist. It was like hard to find a job as a military spouse. Found a job as a receptionist, but here's what I'll say about that job. That is a foot in the door. A lot of times to perhaps whatever company it is you're being a receptionist for. Like, for example, hers was a mortgage company, right? So
she made
as
a career out of that, right?
Right. So as a receptionist, like, hey, you know, doing really well. And then, hey, I want to learn how to do this job too. Can I do that? Yeah, we'll work you into it. Learn how to process home loans, VA mortgages, you know, standard mortgages, all the different types. So then you learn how to do that. You get qualified to do that. And then you know, next thing you know, that's what you're doing. You're no longer a receptionist. Now you're processing. And then you go up in the levels. And now you're like the highest level you can go. And you've been doing it for 10 years plus now. And
now you have a sugar mama.
The best.
It's basically a paid internship.
One of the best in the entire state at it. And then, yeah, you can do well and not going to college. Just getting your foot in the door in a receptionist job, like a lot of times can pay off. For sure.
Yeah, I almost got my real estate license. Yeah. I like when I was working there, I was like, man, I could do this. This would be pretty cool. And I almost got my real estate license, but my broker at the time discouraged me because I was really young. I mean, I was very early 20s. I mean, I was moonlighting as a shop girl, you know, so like we were really young. And he was like, the only bad thing about somebody like you being in real estate is that you look really young. He's like, while I think you'd be good at it, I think you're going to have trouble getting people to buy from you. And I don't know if he was full of shit or not, but, you know, it kind of discouraged me a little bit. And I thought about going back to it because you still get to kind of run your own schedule and all that kind of stuff. And there's good money in it, you know, but.
You'd be called up at all hours of the day, night, weekends, though. So you like have to be available all the time. Which I don't know.
But yeah, those jobs are underrated. Definitely underrated.
Merc, I think the way you're talking about, I struggled with my whole life, being with Justin, helping mental state, being scared to spend money or save money. That's a lot what happens when it's scarce, you know, because you're afraid to, and that's the biggest hurdle that people have to get over in order to find themselves getting to a more comfortable position is not being scared of money. Not being scared and to then make it, you know, work for you, but which is, you know, this sense of saving it, or investing it. But like, that's the biggest hurdle for people. Like, but here's what changed my mindset when I was probably 25 and I talked to somebody, financial counseling, because living paycheck to paycheck and sometimes going in the hole, it fucking sucked. You know what I mean? And they told me, hey, write down everything that you spend, exactly what it is on for an entire month. Every little thing. If you spend 25 cents in a little machine or something, or you spend $1 to get a drink, all those things, write all those things down. Write down all your bills, every little thing. And I did that. And I realized that, like, I'm not as smart as I thought I was. I'm like, yeah, I'm saving a little bit. I mean, $10-20 here and there I could put in my savings account that month. And I realized, like, there's a lot of things that I could cut out. So and this is the future part, so I can have something in the future a little further, you know. And it's really hard trying to be patient with it. Able to buy a house, you know, small little starter home, but it was that point where I realized, like, fuck, man, what am I doing with myself here? I think I'm tight on money, but I realized, like, I'm not really as tight as I thought I was.
It's just how you're spending it.
Exactly, and it adds up so fast, you know. And I realized, like, man, this month, I spent. It was at 2006, 7, like something like that. I maybe bought one game every year. Usually it was Call of Duty. I think it was 2006. It was for my birthday, and that was like my thing for myself for the year. So it was really hard to buckle down, but that just tightening those things up and realizing where I made mistakes. You know, jump forward 15 years and things are completely different, you know, completely different now.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is everybody should be buying the great value.
What I'm saying is, well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you don't need that, don't buy it. Whether it's great value or the brand name, like if you don't need it or something that you could do without, then I wouldn't buy it. That's just kind of how I've been. You know, now I don't really have to be too strict that way, but like I still am just because of habit. You know, it's one of those things where you're like, okay, I'm gonna make a purchase. Tell me how long you investigate this purchase. You try to find all the details and analytics about it, perhaps if it's some item. And you try to find, what fits your budget the best, but also getting the best, longest lasting thing you possibly can. You do that.
Mm-hmm.
You research, Sometimes you spend more time researching, and by the time you're done researching, you're like, fuck, I don't need this thing. And then you never buy it. And that's what I do all the time. I convince myself not to buy something that I don't need just because I research it. But yeah.
Yeah. I think that's
always,
my
look for the deal though, absolutely.
My stepdad does that, but it's always in the reviews. He's like, I don't know, that one's got a couple bad reviews. I don't know if I want to get it.
I'm so bad about that. I will spend hours.
You have to think like everything's gonna have like some defects, and they're gonna slip through. And people are only gonna review when it's bad. When you had a bad experience with something. That's the only time somebody's motivated enough to go on the computer and go out of their way and leave a review.
Yeah.
I will.
That's the way you gotta do it, Mercedes.
I will hardcore shop around and look at reviews and all that stuff.
That's why I didn't buy a 5-pound bag of sugar-free gummy bears off of Amazon. I read the reviews.
With her, sometimes it gets like annoying because she'll be like, well, and then this, and I'm like, yo, just make up your mind, please. Because she'll
probably why I'm not meant to be an online shopper.
6 hours, like she'll go down a 6-hour fucking rabbit hole on one thing, and I'm like, and then the whole time she'll be messaging me about it, and I'm like, I don't care.
And then you're like, fuck it, I don't need it.
Whatever you're thinking about buying, go on Alibaba, wait the few weeks, you're paying like
the few months.
Yeah, whatever. Get it, use it. If it's something that, it's going to break in a week or two. But if you, within that week, I'm going to get a better version of that. I need to. You know what I mean?
I literally just did this on Friday with puppy pads. We needed to buy new puppy pads. And I spent like 2 hours just searching reviews on Amazon before I finally bought. But a lot of the times what I'll do is I'll end up getting so frustrated that I just quit. So I'll know that we need something. And so I'll go on and I'll research it and I'll research it and I'll research it and I'll spend hours researching it. And then I'll get so fed up with researching it that I just close everything out and just quit.
Yeah.
And then a day or two later, I'll come back to it and I start doing it again and again and again. I'm like, but I'm
watching YouTube videos and
yes, I'm like, so I finally just get frustrated and just stop. And then we end up not getting the things we need because I refuse to pick something.
I got a fantastic belt for you, Merc, if you're curious. It's the only brand I'll ever buy.
And don't go look at the reviews. Don't.
No, you can. It's fine. They're all amazing. I'm only saying it because it's a very multi-purpose type belt. It's leather. It's very good quality. And tuna and AG and you get Rebel, everybody who would carry a concealed carry, perhaps. It is an excellent belt for concealed carry. But I'll let you guys know what it is. Let me look it up really quick.
I'm sponsored.
You keep us on the fucking cliffhanger, and then boom.
You can't tell us about it, and then we're like, oh, wait, hold on.
Let me look it up.
I'll let you know what it is.
I think it's called Henry.
Rotund fellows that have a gut.
Let me just.
We can't have like a belt buckle or anything.
Not
I have
a belt
one
buckle.
that's
No belt buckle. Yeah.
okay. I have one. It's a belt buckle, but it's a flat belt buckle, and it's like a ratchet.
I just don't want to fuck the name up, so I'm gonna look in my orders really quick. You can get it on my Amazon, but let me just look.
He said you can get it on my Amazon. Like that wasn't a shameless affiliate plug.
On Amazon. I didn't say on my.
I heard my Amazon.
He did say my Amazon.
I said on Amazon.
No.
I got it on my Amazon. Maybe that's what I meant to say.
Probably.
I'm not putting any damn Amazon fucking link in here, okay? Just
Look,
get it on your own damn Amazon. Oh my god.
Skeptile Winfrey over here. You get a belt.
All right.
You get a belt.
Oh man.
It is called Relentless Tactical.
Oh yep, heard him.
Fantastic. It's a little
I was
pricey.
about to say 501.
Like it's a little on the more, it's a $65 bill. $60 bill. But the thing will last for fucking ever and it's amazing. That's what I mean. Like it's one of those purchases where you do a ton of research on it. And I think you can actually use a buckle on it too, but I'm not sure. I think the back is a button style, so you can attach a buckle.
I like that.
But you can have the regular kind too, but it is a bit of an expensive belt, but it's one of those things where like I'm purchasing this because I know it's going to last forever and I will never have to buy another belt like that again,
Well, see, number one, I need to go get a new concealed gun because I gave her grandfather my last one.
Gun? You gave him a gun?
Your grandfather? Yes.
You gave him a whole ass gun, like a real gun.
Just part of it.
PK380?
Just the trigger.
You gave my grandfather the gun?
Yes.
Should we take a break and get a refill?
Yes.
I feel like this is a good time to take a break and use the potty, and you guys can have a conversation, and I'll get some more whiskey.
I need whiskey too. Mercedes, she was the one that approached me and said, "My grandfather's been looking for a gun." I'm like, "Why don't we just give him this one?" She was like, "Oh, okay, whatever."
Where was I? I don't remember this conversation at all.
Who's
my
the
dad
guy?
My dad came up here. I gave it to him and I said, "Yeah, this is for him." And then, oh my god, I'm done with you.
I don't even remember. My grandfather doesn't even shoot guns. I've never in my life heard my grandfather talk about or seen him go shoot a gun ever.
I guarantee you, if you text him and be like, "Hey, did Gary give you a gun?" He's gonna be like, "Yeah, I told you about it."
No, he'll probably just say, "Yeah."
Well, yeah, that's true.
Because that's what he does.
But like,
apparently, I was there, Merc.
You were.
What's that guy that used to go around and light all the lamps at night?
What? Yeah.
What was his name? What was his name, Rebel?
You want a refill?
He was a gaslighter, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was called a gaslighter.
I don't remember at all.
I would question this.
I just have a hard time imagining my grandfather with a gun.
I saw that. I'm gonna go get a whiskey. Yeah, we're not gay again.
I gotta come up with something new.
I don't have to go to the restroom this time, and I have mine.
I have a question for Skep when he comes back, since he's a careful purchaser. I want to get his opinion on something that I think Tuna was crazy for.
Uh-oh.
not crazy.
Yeah. I just didn't understand the point, but yeah,
I'll be the devil's advocate. I'll be on Tuna's side, regardless.
Okay. Well, and the only reason I don't ask your opinion, well, I could ask all y'all's opinions, but it's specifically like because there's a time limit on it's about boots, uniform boots.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, and since there's like a time limit on how long they're going to need said boots, there's like a whole thing around when should you buy new boots and when should you probably not buy new.
Depends. Usually, for like my line of work, you want to buy new boots about every 6 months, at most.
Yeah, but like
when I was in the army, every 6 months.
Oh no, he didn't. But I mean, like, if you knew you only needed them for a certain amount of time, like, would you make a pair stretch? You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably.
What are we talking about?
I can make it like if it's like 6 months, I can make it. I would make it stretch a year. If it's over a year, I would buy a new pair at that 6 months.
So we're cutting it close. So
is this underwear or socks?
No, it's actually boots, but we have to wait on Tuna.
Condoms. It's condoms.
Because I have a question.
Okay.
That I want to get your opinion on.
You rinse them out there, Rebel?
Turn them inside out. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. I can't wait. I can't wait. I usually socks are kind of weird one. Like I like wear socks, but I know Rebel doesn't wear socks. But when you get like that hole in the bottom, you're like, oh, it's time to go.
Yeah. I do have socks.
100%.
What?
100% time to go.
Yeah,
but
it's too weird.
My thing is, I keep one pair of like. If I buy multiple packs of socks, it's going to be the same type of pair, and I don't pair them. Just grab 2 socks. If I get a hole in one, I throw one away. I still have a pair somewhere.
Yeah, until you're out.
Until I'm down to one sock.
I do the same thing.
Yeah,
that's how you weed them out.
For a question, so.
Yeah, but you only throw it like a lot of times. Like people are like, "Oh, I got a hole in this sock," so the other sock's still good, but it's they're both Cookie Monster. You know what I mean?
Well, that's different.
You got to throw away both. Yeah.
My girls are always doing that, Mert.
Mix. I can't talk.
Mixed match.
My daughter's the worst about that.
My girls never wear match socks.
It bugs the hell out of me.
Bugs the hell out of me too. I hate the mixed match.
Oh yeah, 2 different kinds.
So
I can understand for like a style, but if you're wearing like 2 of the same ankle socks, they're the same color, but they're not the same sock, it bugs me.
That's a weird one.
So,
like they have a different brim.
So my father-in-law, he was doing JC's laundry when he first got up here, and he's going through her socks and all that stuff, and he goes, "Why are there so many non-matches?" And we're like, "Oh
that's how she wears.
We forgot to tell you."
Just
as long as it's the same sock, if it's different colors, just go ahead and pair them together because that's how she's gonna wear them.
I stack my socks in the drawer.
My daughter's the same way, and it drives me insane. When I have uneven amount of socks when I'm folding clothes, I get bugs under my skin.
I'd rather just throw them away.
Kicks in.
You just don't pair them, just stack them. You don't have to pair them, just stack them all up. This type,
well, I'm
this
the only
type,
one
this
that
type,
doesn't
and then just put this stack here, this stack here, this stack here.
So you just grab one off the top.
Just grab 2 off the top. You're good to go. You know, they got the same type of sock.
outside of the socks I wear in uniform or whatever, because I wear the Under Armour socks, and they're cut differently, so they have a left and a right.
Yeah,
or whatever. So they're actually cut for your foot.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really just stack those. You actually gotta.
You're wasting money.
Those you have to pair, sure.
You're not buying smart, like Skep was talking about.
They're like $12 for fucking 4 pair.
Yeah, but now you have to throw away 2 socks when you get a hole in one.
True.
I
mean, you could keep it and just, be weird.
Here's the thing. I go through uniform socks
sticking out
quicker than I go through any other socks, because if I'm not in my uniform boots, I'm either wearing fucking flip-flops or Hey Dudes.
Speaking of uniform boots,
I want to touch on the hey dudes later.
I have a question for everyone here but Tuna.
Okay, we're ready.
Skep.
Specifically because Skep was talking about being very money conscious and deliberating purchases very carefully. So I'm interested to know what your opinion is. First of all, would you say that you're a person that would wear like your uniform boots outside of your uniform?
No.
Like,
never.
Okay. So, well, because I know there's some military guys that'll wear them with like jeans.
That's like whatever, E1 through E3 stuff.
Yeah,
do that.
Literally.
Well, okay. So,
okay, go ahead.
If you knew you were retiring and like, let's say you were only going to have to wear uniform boots for another maybe year and a half, and your boots were getting pretty worn, would you spring for the new pair of boots for a year and a half, or would you just make them last?
Depends. Well, I'm kind of in a different situation. I can get boots for free through my supply, so I don't have to pay for them. If I want special boots, then no. It depends on the condition of them. If they were still wearable, as in good appearance and doesn't just take away from the professionalism of the uniform, then I would still wear them. If they're fucked up, I'm going to change them out.
What about the tread?
I'm going to prove a point.
The what?
Y'all go ahead.
The tread. What if it was just the tread?
Yeah, treads.
If they're bald, that is a safety issue though.
It depends on what he's doing. If you're just sitting at a desk, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
That's kind of like.
But if you work on
if you have bald tires, would you just? I mean, I'm getting rid of the car in a year and a half.
If the bottoms were worn and I'm sitting in a desk, I wouldn't change them out.
See, that's what I said.
Those aren't that bad.
I'd go until those are
slick. Aren't even that bad.
Yeah. Hold on. I'd go to that.
I'm going to take a picture of them.
Tell that there was knobs on them. They look like not that bad. Like dancing boots.
Is that the
that tread right there? This is the sole starting to peel away.
I would change those out. I didn't see that part.
For a year working in an office
you walk on the inside of your feet? Let me see the heels of those.
I do all.
Have you ever watched a pigeon walk?
No, I want to see. I want to see straight back on.
No, okay. It depends because is that leaking into your where you put your foot? Like if you were to step in a puddle, would your foot get wet?
His toe is not sticking out.
If you stepped into a puddle, would your foot get wet?
The problem is when I step out of that puddle and that concrete is slick, I'm gonna bust my fucking head.
But that's not what he asked. He said,
"Can you not
is water gonna go through it?"
Can you not get those boots through your supply department?
No,
that's weird.
No,
but they're about what, $100? Maybe 120, 150.
These,
maybe?
Mr. Fancy Pants over here.
These right here were $270.
Are those Solomons?
No, those are Loas.
Oh, just get the standard shit, man.
And then these are the Solomons.
Yeah.
Those are my new ones.
Solomon are fucking expensive, but they're amazing.
So the Solomons were only $160.
Oh yeah.
So that was my question. I was like, because I thought he was crazy. I was like, dude, why are we spending that much money on a pair of shoes that you only need for less than a year and a half, realistically, and then you never have to wear them again?
Okay, so with that boot, though, however, let me just add to this. After you're retired and let's say you're going camping or you're I'm gonna go fishing, I'm gonna do this or that, I'm going outside to work on something. Those boots can come in handy.
Well, see, that's why I asked if you would wear them outside of uniform.
Well, because not right now, no, because I'm not going to.
I thought you were talking about like if I was patent leather black boots, had to be all spit shined and shit.
Oh no,
that's what I thought you were talking about. I was like, no, I wouldn't do it.
If I was retiring, I'm not going to chuck my boots out because I'll probably find some sort of use for them. So if I need to buy new ones a year before I retire, then I would. Because I know that I'm probably going to use them after I retire for something. I'm not going to wear them.
My question is,
I'm going out to the club, but
yeah.
My question would be, how many
stuff.
pairs of shoes do you have in your closet, Ash?
Me?
Yeah.
I have probably.
If you have to think about it, he
at
can
least
buy
12
new
to
boots.
15.
I realistically have about 15 pairs of shoes, maybe.
If you have to think about it, he can buy new boots.
But how many
He's
I
not
wear?
crazy.
I wear like 3.
But you have 15.
Yeah, but I haven't bought new shoes. I literally still have shoes that I probably had in my early 20s. So I'm not sure if that really counts.
Yeah. So the thing about it is with Ashley, right? And opposite from quite a lot of women out there or whatever, she hates shopping for clothes and all that. So she doesn't do it. And I
just never get rid of anything.
I posted it on Facebook. I may have posted it on Twitter. We're out on a fucking date night, and she had these certain pair of shoes for probably ever since we've been married.
Yeah.
And she finally fucking blew the soul out of it.
Yeah. Well, they had been put up for, let's just say I had them longer for sure, pre-military time, because they were put up in a bin because I never wore them. And after I got out of the military and I started wearing civilian clothes more regularly, and we were going out and, on a Friday night or whatever, I broke out these cute strappy wedge sandals, and I'm walking out the parking lot, in the parking lot on our way out back to the car, and my foot feels like it goes out from underneath me. And I thought that maybe it almost felt like I had twisted my ankle, but I didn't. My ankle didn't twist, but that was the motion that happened, was like if you were to twist your ankle and kind of go down a little bit. And so I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And I look down and he's like, your fucking shoe just broke. The whole fucking the glue just came undone and broke. And
you're just walking on one moccasin.
He picked me up and carried
I just picked her up
to the car.
Carried to the truck, yeah. Well, I think in the 5.5 years that she was in the military, she spent more on clothing and shoes than she had 11 years, 12 years prior? That we were married? Outside of when she got, into a more professional setting and she had to go do a wardrobe thing. But I mean, that's kind of expected,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, that 5.5 years, I think she spent way more. I mean, hell, I think she went through 4 sets of fucking boots in a year.
No, the only reason I went through more boots is because remember that pair that...
all the ass kicking she was doing.
Yeah, let me tell you about it. So when I went to officer training, the boots that we bought me, number one, weren't broken in very well before I went. And I mean, all you're doing is marching. That's literally... You're walking and you're marching. And I ended up, we have pictures. I ended up with blisters on my feet that were so bad that I almost had to go get a boot waiver. But I was determined. I was like, I had him mail me industrial strength, large ass bandages so I could tape my feet up, because I was not going to be that person that went and got a boot waiver.
I used moleskin.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, amazing. That was one of the things.
That stuff's so good.
Yeah, but he had to send me. Come to find out, I think they were just a little too small. They were too tight, and that wasn't helping. So he actually had to buy me a new pair while I was still at OTS and send them to me. They were a little bit more lightweight and fit a little bit better. I think the first ones were just too heavy duty and not broken in and maybe a little too tight.
Yeah. The very first set that we bought her was in one of my personal favorite boots for field type shit are the Rocky S2Vs.
Rocky's pretty good.
And that's what we bought her.
Always have been.
And I think it was just they were that little bit too small. Then I think we're gonna get you the Nike boots or something.
Nikes and Oakleys are pretty good.
Yeah, I think the Nikes were the second.
Yeah. I think the problem with Oakleys, because I had those when I was in the desert, they don't last for fuck.
No, they're super fucking comfortable.
Oh yeah. Not for
we weren't allowed to wear boots like that.
We didn't wear boots. A lot of times we wore things like Solomon's or
Sperry's.
This is when we're out on deployment.
I love my Sperry's.
We didn't wear.
We're not allowed to wear anything like that. we had to wear full boots.
Oh yeah.
And it had to be combat style boots. It couldn't have like a tennis shoe sole.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
So you weren't allowed to wear the Oakleys. You weren't allowed to wear any of those. Like I always wore Ultimo Ripple sole.
Yep.
Some my boots.
Well,
see, but Ash, that's the difference between guys and women. Women will buy 15 pairs of shoes, but they only wear out 2, maybe. You know, whereas men will buy 4 or 5 pairs of shoes, but we're wearing all of them out.
They all have different purposes.
Well, see, that's me now. Like I realistically only wear about 3 pairs of shoes. That's my white tennis shoes, and then I have the same fucking Skechers sandals in 2 different colors. That's about like.
You don't have no Crocs? Come on, you have to have some Crocs.
No, I've never owned a pair of Crocs personally. I've never owned.
You need
Crocs.
to get some Hey Dudes. I'm telling you,
all my shoes have a purpose.
I'm sorry, but Hey Dudes are the ugliest fucking shoe I've ever seen in my goddamn life. So you all loving your fucking Hey Dudes can go to hell. They're fucking ugly.
No,
I'm sorry.
You put a pair on your feet and you will not wear any other shoe.
Let's pull them up. Let's pull them up. I want to see the ugliness.
They're not that ugly. They're deck shoes. They're like a pair of Sperry's.
I bought a brand that was a little different than the Hey Dudes that I really liked. One of my dogs chewed them up while I was out of town one day, but but those I actually did like. They were some slide-ons that I really liked.
I understand. Like you guys might like them. You guys love
either
them.
or.
I think they're god awful ugly.
I don't mind like the ones in the middle. I don't like the higher top ones.
That first one was definitely shitty looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are. I mean, but for the most part, they're just deck shoes.
Yeah, that's all they are. I mean, they had a lot of them are ugly. Yes, I will.
Some of them are.
This is not bad.
Yeah, I like those. Those aren't.
They almost kind of have a
God
Vans
awful.
vibe to them a little bit. I like Vans. I do have Vans.
Yeah, like if Vans and Sperry's had a baby, and then
they're
like,
a loafer.
Had a side chick named Crocs. That's it.
Yeah, they're like the.
What is that other brand
loafers.
that's kind of similar to Hey Dude that we saw when we were shopping for yours, babe?
I don't know.
Hi Guy.
No, there's another one.
Like
I don't remember what it was.
I don't know
when
if
you
I
change
would
the colors on them or whatever, they're not bad.
What I wanted to ask you, Tuna,
like
is
the design.
do you do the no visible sock over the insole?
Oh,
No.
He doesn't wear any socks.
That's my biggest thing. Is
That's
I
why
like
you
I
need Hey
do it.
Dudes.
No, that's my biggest pet peeve about him wearing the Hey Dudes is that he feels that he doesn't need to wear socks. And let me just tell you, after like a year of those Hey Dudes with no socks, his feet are raunchy coming out of those things. Like,
Oh man,
Yep.
you gotta
he
throw
needs
some
to wear
pow
some
in
fucking
that.
socks.
Throw some pow in there.
Here's my my good pair. All right.
Those your high guys.
Is that a tap out insole?
Yeah, that's I bought them at
nerd.
Ross like 2011.
Oh god, those insoles are that old?
No,
It's a sock.
The sock.
What?
It's a sock.
You put a sock on the insole.
Yeah, because you wear these without socks on. So the sock
stink.
absorbs.
And then you can just change the
cool.
sock and wash it.
Change the socks. Yeah, this absorbs the sweat.
That's like a hack.
More than the
Well, send him some.
You need to try that hack out.
His Hey Dudes are sour.
His foot is probably fucking 6 times as large as mine.
Well, go to fucking Ross and buy some, the below ankle non-visible socks and just put it over your insole.
I mean,
Like even with like my Sperry's, I wear like no show socks because if not, it's just smelly.
My loafer.
I can't take credit for that.
Vans.
That's a TikTok hack I saw.
I wear Vans.
Apparently.
That's like my loafer shoe. Vans, like low top, low cut Vans.
That's Piper
like a suede low cut Vans. I like those.
Telling you, Skep, you put a pair of those on. I used to wear Vans too. You put a pair of those on, you will not
Your
go
feet
back.
will thank you.
You will not go back. It's
I don't
literally almost like being barefoot.
I buy the Vans with that special insole that they have that the company uses sometimes. Not on all the shoes. A lot of them are super fucking uncomfortable and like flat-footed people, but
but these are
kind of insole they use.
Which I'm almost flat-footed,
so light.
Yeah.
What are those eco ones? Is it Tom's? Maybe Tom's is the one I'm thinking of.
Tom's makes those slip-ons or something, right?
Yeah, but they almost kind of remind me of like Hey Dudes. They're kind of that same style vein anyway.
It's Tom's.
I might be showing my age, but or above my age even. Does anybody remember titties?
What?
I mean,
every day.
I was gonna say if y'all don't
I'm talking about the
those,
shoe. We're talking about shoes here. A shoe called titties. They were flip flops.
Go ahead and pull it up on Google real quick.
No, I don't think I should because their logo is a pair of tits.
It's a logo of a company. That's not really Tom's.
Okay. All right. I'll look it up.
Look, here's the ones, babe. I think those are the ones you were thinking of.
Tom's. See, I'm used to seeing the ones on the far
right.
We looked these up before, Rebel.
Remember? See, I like Tom's better than Hey Dudes.
Tom's are kind of clean looking.
Yeah, I think these are cleaner. I was gonna say one of the things I don't like about the Hey Dudes is those little things that stick out on the side of them.
Yeah,
they're so fucking comfortable though.
These are titties.
They're fucking flip flops, dude.
Yeah, this material here, you know those like boat keychains that are like a soft foam
shoes right there.
That would have been some shit I wore.
Dude, those are
soft foam. That's what that material is, and then this material is surgical tube. And they were awesome, comfortable on the bottom, but that surgical tubing, if you got any sand in between your skin and that tube, it was over.
Is it like the same like surfboard strap? Shit.
Yeah, it's
no, yeah, I bet kinda, yeah.
Those are ugly as fuck, man.
The old ones was surgical tubes.
Ew. So you could take it off and like shoot up real quick, put it on.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what they were doing.
Yeah, you just wrap it. You just stick your arm in there and twist it a couple of times. You could probably shoot up that way.
But that material sole was the best comfortable sole I've ever stepped on. But the problem was that surgical
I like the bedroom slippers on the bottom left.
There. Yeah, slippers there.
Oh God!
It reminds me of that coffee mug. You ever seen the coffee mug?
Like, don't click on it. He clicked on it.
God.
You remember the coffee mug? Was this like a boob?
Yeah,
there's a coffee.
I remember when I was a kid. My dad had some friends that we would go over to their house, and they had like this doll that had like one of those little like squeeze balls, like a blood pressure machine, you know.
Oh,
and when you squeezed it, it was a doll that had like a long beard, or it looked like, to me, it looked like Captain Caveman. You know, it's just hair down to its knees. Most likely it's beard, but when you squeeze the ball, the beard would roll up, and it would show like its cock there. Like it was so, like as a fucking 6-year-old kid, you know, dicks are funny as fuck. You'd sitting there just squeezing it.
Dicks are funny.
Oh my.
But it was like a fucking like an actual like stuffed animal doll of like a caveman or something. It was all I remember is just hair that rolled up. But it was a plush doll on their shelf.
Great. Scab, you wear flip flops?
Yeah, sometimes in the summertime and stuff.
What's your go-to? Brand of flip flops.
What the hell are they called? Fuck. I can't remember right now, but they're like they got leather on the top and the they're pretty what the fuck are they called?
See, mine are the Sanook beer cozies, and I will not put my foot in another fucking flip flop.
I don't know what those are.
I can't wear flip flops anymore.
I've never heard of them.
I have a hard time with flip flops. I can do sandals that have a back, but like
I can't grip my toes on my fish foot. So it just kicks off any flip flop I ever had. Put on.
So, I would love to see that.
That's a flop, all right.
Well, it goes to show. So I told Ashley the other day, I was like, babe, I need a new pair of flip flops or whatever. She's like, you just bought boots. And I was like, yeah, I know. And then I showed her the bottom of my fucking flip flops. They're even worse than my fucking boots. And then father-in-law was asking, he goes, how long have you had those? So I was like, well, I ordered them on Amazon. Let's go see. I've been wearing those motherfuckers over 2 years for a pair of flip-flops. I'm like, I think I got my $30 out of these.
Oh God, speaking of those flip-flops, earlier today, so Piper she's decorated her car, right?
Oh.
And
nice.
yeah, like hardcore decorated her car. And her and her friends think it's funny to put the little googly eye stickers all over her car. So like she's got them on the steering wheel and all kinds of random places, right? So earlier, Tuna was sitting in the chair and he had his feet propped up on the coffee table, and I'm sitting on. So it's like we've got our couch here and then the chair here, you know. So like I'm on the other end of the couch and he's sitting on the chair with his feet propped up on the coffee table, and I can't see. My eyesight is not what it used to be. And I see a white dot on the bottom of his flip-flop. And so I was like, babe, show Piper the bottom of your flip-flop. I thought it was one of those fucking googly eyes. I thought he picked up one of the googly eyes from her car. And I thought
that's what I thought too, where this conversation was going.
Right. I thought she was going to get a big hoot out of it. Right. So he picks up his foot and he shows her the bottom of the flip-flop. And she like looks at it, but she doesn't really laugh. She kind of gets a little smile on her face, but she's like looking at it. So he flips it over and he looks and he goes, that's a fucking tack.
A tack?
And he gets
yes.
He gets all serious. He's like offended that I thought it was funny that he had this thing in the bottom of his shoe. And I was like, I thought it was a googly eye. I didn't realize it was a tack.
And he's all
pissed off. That could have gone through my foot. He was pissed off about it.
It was a long ass
live round or something in the bottom of his shoe. Oh my God, you wished harm on me. I could have stepped on a little prick.
He was so offended that I thought it was funny.
Bro, I have PTSD from fucking damn near cutting my toe off for a piece of glass, okay?
Meanwhile, there's wrestlers out there body slamming each other in the freaking tacks.
I just thought it was a damn googly. I was like, well, that goes to show you how well I can't see.
Speaking of wrestling, you know how celebrity deaths happen in threes, right? We just had 3 all consecutive days. It was Terry Funk, who was an actor and a professional wrestler legend. Bray Wyatt, who is also a legend but a newer wrestler, and Bob Barker.
Yeah, Bob Barker.
Yeah, I saw that Bob Barker died.
The memes of Bob Barker, like rest in peace, but did
y'all see it?
Did y'all see the meme?
No.
It was like Bob Barker.
Bob
Barker dies at 99. Closest you could ever get to $1.
99 without going over $1.
I was gonna say, would it be disrespectful for me in honor of him passing to play The Price is Right? You're going over dun, 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 sound effect.
I don't think it's bad.
I mean,
we're honoring his memory. I used to watch that show religiously with my great grandmother when she lived with us when I was a kid.
I pulled it up. There's the meme. There it is.
I mean, Bob Barker, dude, all respect. He is the GOAT.
I never watched it again after he left.
Yeah. Like that is everybody's grandpa that stayed home sick and was babysitted by.
Skip, pull that one up.
Everybody. If you stayed home sick from school, you were watching Price is Right.
Oh yeah.
Hope they were playing Plinko.
Which skinny Mike?
Yeah, I could just picture somebody like pulling the wheel and it stops at 99.
Oh, you mean this one? That's yeah.
That's what I'm imagining. Like, oh God. Right on the line.
You got 15 cents and
99. Oh. Damn.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Yeah, like it's so like I love Bob Barker. I love The Price is Right. It's great, but when I saw that,
don't forget to neuter your dogs and cats. Neuter and spay your animals, your pets.
That's what she said.
What?
Shawzy wants your mic.
You want that skinny mic?
I said, girl, you about to get this dick.
What's up, Shawzy? How you doing, bro?
Hell yeah.
Nice seeing you come in.
Bob's mic.
Bob's mic.
Not my mic. Bob's little pencil dick mic.
Oh,
it's a little tiny fucking thing on the top.
Cool.
That's what she said.
Yeah. So that mic. We got that. We pull that up.
I'm just gonna call it a mic from now on, babe. You ready for this mic?
Yeah. Step up to the podium.
Oh man, I need to get my buddy to do all. I said, girl, you about to get this mic. I think that was funny. Nobody else laughed. I'm gonna shut up.
No, I laughed.
I was laughing inside. It's my inside laugh.
Get the fuck out of here! Huh?
You can actually buy those things.
Okay, so
that mic?
We were playing Sons of the Forest with his daughter, and he played that last one, and he goes, "You know who that is? That's Uncle Andy." She goes, "Oh my god, that's him."
Is it?
Yeah.
That's one of my. It's funny she didn't even recognize his voice.
Freshly shaved today, baby. Freshly shaved today.
Wait, that sound.
That needs to be on your soundboard.
One more time.
No, I need you to record it for me, Rebel, but I need you to just do it like
Yeah.
Like it's smacking cheeks. Just
what is that? I'm clapping cheeks.
Slapping meat, baby, slapping meat.
Oh, no.
Somebody, I need to clip that.
I think I should make that a short and just there's no vocals, there'll be no dialogue, just Rebel on the screen is and that's it.
That'll be they used Tim the Tapman for like SFG sounds. That'd be the new one. Sniper.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Not to go crazy. God. I bought some blue light glasses.
What?
Yeah.
You got them?
They do help.
For blue light.
I have some, but I never wear them anymore.
I get mine on my prescription.
Awesome.
Which kind did you get?
I have some on mine too.
I don't remember. I bought them on Amazon.
I got some a long time ago. They're the fuck are they? I don't even know. They weren't that expensive. They're like $40, I think.
It was that the ones through the Unoclan people?
Yeah.
To
fight Typhosi.
Typhosi, yeah.
Yeah, Typhosi glasses. They make like running, like sporting glasses. They make gamer glasses too, which you can customize.
I got my son a pair. He never wears them.
Yeah.
Skip, I can't get that clip. Can you
do have to say though, they help.
What clip?
Whenever you go and do editing of him smacking his head.
Yeah.
Those look familiar.
Those like the Gamer Advantage ones or something?
Yeah, Gamer Advantage. That's what I was thinking.
You look all astute.
Okay. Which one's AG? Hold on. Which one's AG?
Who are you and what have you done with AG?
Except for my beard's red.
But it does actually look like military special glasses.
They do. Like here you can pick on the wall from these 5 frames. Which ones you want.
And it's literally just a different fucking shape. Is all it is.
These are the classic BCGs.
Birth control goggles.
Yeah, the BCGs.
Oh man, hold on. I have the perfect picture for that.
AG wins best beard. I mean, You're gonna have to give him a
prize. For sure. I keep mine trimmed during the summer because it's hot as fuck, and that's just more insulation.
That's getting bad, babe.
Has it started raining yet?
I don't know.
Is it windy?
It's mostly wind. We had the wind like crazy.
It's thundering like
I got the skunk street going.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up that. Keep going, but I'm gonna look up the picture. It's a picture of my uncle in the Navy, way back in the day.
Navy?
Yeah.
I have a picture.
He was one of the
Navy.
He was a don't tell before don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah. They actually, that didn't get repealed until what? 2009 or something? God damn. It was
maybe right around then, wasn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't that long ago, which is crazy to me. When I mean, I've been in a while long enough, you know, you guys were AG, you were in at the time, and soon you're still in, but and probably Ash too. While we were in the military, there was that policy still in place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least I think it was. I want to say
2011.
It was 11. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, people used to try to get out of the military by saying I'm gay.
It was December 18th, 2010.
Yeah.
Section 8 or whatever it was in MASH, where he was trying to get by dressing in dresses and shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I actually know the person that got out for it.
I've seen it before, yeah.
I don't have the picture of him in the glasses, just without the glasses in mine.
Yeah. No, I knew a chick that was fed up with the military and literally walked into our commander's office and she was like, I'm gay. She was gone 2 weeks later.
Yeah. You have to prove it and shit. Prove it.
She brought her fiance in.
Oh.
I could just see a sketch. Prove it, and he just like kisses the commander, and now they're both gone.
Yeah. It's crazy.
What is it now, Shazi? Now you get people about being offended for calling, getting called. They're not fully transitioned or whatever. I went through that shit
because we all received sensitivity training, man.
Well, the thing about it is I went through this whenever I was at Fort Sam. There was an Army. What was he transitioning to a she?
Mm-hmm.
Not fully transitioned or whatever, and and the military came out with that policy or whatever that says
real life
to update your marker in deer. To update your marker in deers, you have to go through the full transition.
Yeah,
or whatever. And he at the time had not fully transitioned, and actually one of my guys at the gate, whatever, got the military ID. And, of course, it doesn't look like the same person. And if that's the case, we can always ask for a second form of ID.
Yeah.
And so we did that or whatever. And he got offended or whatever and say that we were trying to discriminate and all that. So I had to deal with that. And that was like a 2.5 month long fucking ordeal every time this motherfucker came through the gate. And it was like, I'm like, hey, look, you need to get your ID photo updated. Like, we're not doing it to target you. We're not doing it, for anything. We're doing it because you do not look like your fucking ID anymore.
You have to,
and you refuse to show us any paperwork that you're transitioning. I was like, so you either show us the paperwork or get your ID updated.
Dude, so when all the policies were getting updated, I went and did the triad training. So it's your commander, your executive, and like your senior enlisted leader. So I'm in the training, and all we're in there to do is just learn about the policy changes, the things we need to do to help our sailors out, or just get smarter on the policy update, right? So everybody's in there like, okay, you got your standard questions anyone asks. In the middle of this training, a person stands up and they said, I am in the middle of transitioning from one gender to the other. And then this is in the middle of it's a training thing, right? We're just in the middle of a brief. And I just felt like it was it just took away everything by doing that. All the focus went to the person. And then it was 30 minutes of rambling and blubbering and crying and fucking all this weird shit, man. And I'm like, what are we doing here? I wasn't annoyed by the fact that the person had this going on in their life. That's their life, you know? I was annoyed at the fact that, like, we're in here to just get factual things, and we're in here to get training on the policy that was written, and then we get this interruption. It was almost like it was staged. You know what I mean? It was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. But I was like, you know, I'm happy that you're doing the things. This is what I'm thinking about. So I'm happy you're doing the things that you want to do, but like, there's a time and a place for this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You don't need to stand up in front of all of the leadership on the entire base and announce all these things when all we're there to do is just talk about the policy, not your personal experience. It was just weird, basically, man.
Like last episode, you don't like when meetings turn into podcasts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. Like, you don't need to ramble and shit. Like, it was a therapy session for sure. There was every emotion, anger, sadness, crying, laughing. It was just the most bizarre thing I've ever experienced in my life, man.
I would expect, honestly, like, you know, it would not surprise me if that was a staged thing to see how people reacted.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Well, the thing is it was poorly done if it was staged. Like, you could just stand up and just state the facts and not go through every emotion on the damn scale of emotions, you know?
Yeah, so it was either to me it's either staged.
He was a good actor.
Or it was a me party.
It felt like a me party.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. I'm just like,
absolutely hate the me parties.
Come on, man.
I'm all for a me party.
Do it on your
Well,
time.
I mean, you keep fucking Lubriderm in a fucking empty Kleenex box. Come on now. That's your me parties.
That's false. That's false. I can go grab it right now. There's no Lubriderm. That was for the bit.
Yeah, but anyways, the point I was making was it just took away from what we were trying to learn and be smarter on. Yep. And it made it personal for somebody else and took away from us getting to the facts of what was written black and white. You know,
right?
It took away from that. That's just the weird part.
Nobody wants to be there doing this right now. So, and any kind of interruption is just going to irritate. You know, it doesn't matter what kind of interruption it is.
Yeah, I guarantee even the guys who were standing up asking the dumbest fucking questions about the policy, like, dude, get your personal fucking bullshit feelings out of it. This is black and white policy, so take your fucking personal feelings home. And there's a lot of commanders that jumped in there bringing up their religious preferences and all these other things. And like, none of that fucking matters. Are you not listening to these people? This is policy.
Yeah, you're gonna have to buck up and shut up anyway.
Yeah. Short shrivel.
It's hanging even. Even.
Yeah.
Level. He's hanging level.
Tuna loves to smoke the meat.
Yeah, Shazzy, I just posted my meat on Twitter.
Yeah.
You want to go look at it?
He loves to smoke the meat. Loves it.
He even has something shoved up his ass, too.
While wearing Hey Dudes.
Jesus, we just went all the way there.
While wearing Hey Dudes.
While wearing Hey Dudes. Here.
Non-sweats.
Just Hey Dudes. That's the kind of swag that Hey Dudes needs. like performing the action with just a pair of Hey Dudes on. That's the swag it is. You might think they're ugly, but they are pimp.
No, they're not. Not at all.
I feel like you should have a sweater on your shoulders and like knotted.
No.
That's what I see when you're wearing those.
Yeah, I feel like you should be that guy.
Some Dockers.
Yep.
Docker shorts. Pleated.
Docker shorts.
Not the pleated, bro.
Pleated Docker shorts. Hey Dudes, and a sweater tied around your neck.
I don't even think Hey Dudes are nice enough for that.
Only.
Yeah, I don't think Hey Dudes are fancy enough for that.
An actual polo.
You're talking like Sperry's. You're on Sperry level right now.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, maybe
they're more casual. They're literally deck shoes. That's what they are. That's what
maybe
they're designed
it's
as.
A hoodie. A hoodie tied around your.
No, it's more cargo shorts.
Hey dudes. Yeah, hey dudes are more like a Magellan shirt and some fucking cargo. Magellan. This is Academy's.
Does that brand. Have that slit in the back with a button across horizontally? Oh, okay, it doesn't.
Can we just talk about the position right now? Just
yeah, do that again one more time. Just...
Say, girl, you about to get this dick.
My asshole is in danger.
That's gonna be a short.
Have y'all seen that trend on TikTok where the wives are like pranking their husbands where they're going, did you know that it's scientifically proven that you can't do a squat with one hand in the air?
Oh, yeah.
Skep is dying. Skep is dead. He's done. He's dead.
He's out.
Skep is left.
Shut her down.
Oh, my God. My face hurts. Literally hurts right here. I can never look at you the same again, Rebel. Oh, God. Stop it.
Oh, now you got to do it next to a pole.
Girl, you about to get this dick.
Say, girl, you about to get this dick.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
Yes. Oh, God.
Are you muted, Rebel?
I think. Yeah, he's muted.
We need a cutout, yes. A big poster.
Okay.
That's going to be the thumbnail. Just him. We'll all be little tiny around him. It'll just be him.
Us barely visible. Just make us barely visible.
That's not my vision of what I just did there. Was it going to be the fucking thumbnail? Everybody else make like a face, like a disgusted.
Yeah,
like, oh my God,
really quick. That way I can.
Hey.
Are y'all ready? Hold on. Let's make a surprise face. Everybody
1, 2,
ready?
3. Go. Got it.
Okay.
That's going on the thumbnail.
We need to make it an emote.
So basically, with Tuna doing that, he's saying he wants to eat my booty hole.
Make it cut it out. And make it an emote.
I mean, if it's clean,
you can animate it to make me do the Tina dance. The
Jay do it.
Does.
Jay do it
over there.
Hit it.
Yes,
hit it,
Jay.
Do these things. Do the things.
Yo, can we talk about Kick's new fucking emo or badges and shit? The way they look.
Yeah,
I actually kind of like it.
They're not bad. They're a little sharper.
Looks familiar.
I want to know what the sidekick badge is.
The what?
The sidekick badge.
What is the sidekick badge? What did I miss in my life?
I don't know. There's apparently a badge that's a sidekick badge.
How do you? Hold on. I'm going
it's
to my
on
dashboard.
Twitter.
Oh, it's on Twitter?
Yeah. Kick is going parabolic.
Parabolic?
Community badges.
I'm trying to make those words like together.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm thinking around.
Expressed by being parabol.
Okay, now what is parabola?
Up highly.
Oh,
are you talking like a curve? Expressed by. I don't know if that was the term to use.
Oh, here's the sidekick badge. Here, I'll pull it up.
All right, yeah. Pull that up. Sidekick badge. On Twitter, they have the whole list.
We need you to put your little twerking emote, Jay.
Okay, that's a eyes wide shut mask. That means you do some weird shit.
I want the sidekick badge.
Oh, Skep, you already have the sidekick badge.
I like the way they did the OG one though. There it is.
Whatever Jay's pumping away on in that emote.
That literally looks like the fucking Gluck 3000. That's I keep it nice every time I see, but I'm gonna be honest. That's the Gluck Gluck 3000 badge.
Oh my god, we saw a TikTok, or I showed Tuna a TikTok this morning.
Oh fuck, I died.
Oh yeah, what is it?
I was like, I don't find this funny, but I know you're going to. So here,
I'd have to go to her history. I'd have to go to her history.
No, I can just let me just look it up.
If I'm not mistaken,
you have to pull it up and share your screen.
His emote is a live action version of this, which is Tina Belcher from Bob's Burgers dance.
Same thing.
If I'm not mistaken, that's what that emote is.
Wait, scroll down just a little bit.
If you go to TikTok, look up down with the glove, or look up glub glub. There's a sound.
Hold on.
Bro, I ain't looking up Gluck Gluck.
What is it? What is it?
What is that even?
I've never watched.
You're muted, Skip.
What?
And it's
the sound you make when you. Okay. It sounded like you were because it looked like you were talking and nothing came out.
There was just a lot going on.
Gluck Gluck is the sound you make when
oh god.
You
I
force
get it now.
A phallic symbol, a phallic shape into your gullet.
I get it now. Yes, you didn't have to finish. I understood.
Hold on, let me see.
Well, there might be somebody that's listening that don't know what
that sound.
If you just pull up the sound, you'll find everybody who used it.
I did, but I can't see it. Is that? Oh,
yeah, I saved it.
Sometimes you get the.
Can you pull it up?
I can't do it.
Oh,
never mind.
Oh, okay. He's got it now.
Can I politely make a? Yeah, absolutely, Shazi. Make one.
Of course.
We can
research purposes.
Politely accept or ignore it. Name tags. Yeah.
We used to have name tags.
We did, yeah.
If I put my mouse
we took them
here,
off.
we did, but the whole overlay was a lot going on, so we took it off. But we could, I could probably just put like, because I think we're all in the same spot every time. I can just kind of
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, I'm gonna look at that.
It could be just like a little bar that we move. You're gonna have to move it.
Can you? I wonder if you can show it and make it stay on permanently on the cameras here.
Yeah, but we're not always in the same order.
Yeah,
it depends on who.
Pretty much are.
What I'm saying is,
we're always in the same order.
Look at the stream right now. Do you see all our names are popped up?
We are. We are, because it goes alphabetical.
Yeah, it's alphabetical.
Yeah,
so we're always in the same order.
As long as my mouse is up here moving on the screen, our name tags will show up. But I wonder if there's a way to keep it up there.
No, I think it will eventually, even if you put your name, your just hold your mouse there, it'll eventually go down. It'll go to sleep.
Yeah, it does. It does. So I don't know if there's a way to like show it permanently, but
we could do little bars because we are always in the same spot, but always do like a second overlay for when we have guests.
I'll do another scene that has a sixth one, and then we'll just figure out where it goes.
Telling me to log in, but yet I'm logged in. That makes
sense. Text plus. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I'll do that. That could help. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Thank you.
Yeah, because we had like a whole background and nameplates and cutouts for our heads and all that.
It's cleaner,
but it was just too much. Yeah, I like it this way.
We choose to politely accept that suggestion.
Yes,
we accept your challenge.
We'll
challenge accepted.
We'll accept your quest for 3
I could
potions.
Probably log into mine and.
I got it.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, all right, here we go. Make sure you got good volume on it, though. You can crank it, dude, because it's quiet on the replay.
All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Go.
That's what it was.
Yeah. I saw that one this morning and I was like, I don't find this funny, but I know you're going to. So
yeah,
I'll go ahead.
Wait, here's another good one.
I don't know if I think it's funny or not. I don't know. I haven't decided.
Well, I don't. So, oh yeah, I showed him this one too.
Now that's funny.
I find all these and send them to him.
That's hilarious.
I don't see how you can't find that fun. That's so weird. Like, I think I almost feel like when you don't find something like that funny, it's you're being too uptight, you know?
I think the water one is funny just without the caption.
Yeah,
like
that's
just
what I
a little
mean.
kid getting the caption is not funny.
It's funny with
I didn't
the
see the caption until after the first play, and then I looked at the caption and was like, oh, okay, another level of something.
This is the story of my marriage right here.
And my man, thank you to my man. And my man, thank you to my. And my man.
And
that's most all of us,
right? He wouldn't want me to drive, so
yeah, that's the end.
he doesn't like not being in control.
All right, one more and I'm done.
All right, one more.
Just put it in your mouth and swallow it and pretend like you like it.
I've seen one like that. I've seen one like that also. I've seen that one too, but I've seen one that he was like the mom was like, in this house we spit things out. You swallow it. And dad's like,
I think I've seen that one.
oh yeah? She's like, shut up.
Oh yeah. I mean, I prefer to drive too. Now, granted, when we did that 21-hour trip to Vegas, she did drive. I mean, and she actually got the most hellacious part of that drive. So I can't.
Yeah, in hindsight, I should have driven on the way there.
Whoa! See it?
Oh jeez.
You are.
I'm
very
good.
Not that big.
Fair. How's that look?
I think it needs to be red, white, and blue.
No,
Yeah,
you only get
colors.
white. It's just text plus. It's easy.
Actually, kind of be cool if it was black, because then it would be like it was cut out.
I don't know if you would see it though.
No.
You know? Good
Yeah.
practice run. All right, I'll fix it up. And we'll get it there.
Yeah, you'd almost have to do it right before the stream.
Yeah, just to make sure. If we got a guess, I can move it around really quick. That's
The longest drive I've ever did was 8 hours straight from Houston to, just north of Houston to Shawnee, Oklahoma. 8 hours.
Oh, dude, I think the most I did in one of those days, I think I did 13 hours in one day.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah,
The first day we drove really far.
And I was the only one that drove that day.
Is there a host on this?
And then on the way back, I caught all the snow because that's when all the ice and snow was happening.
I feel like all five of us are the host.
We all host it.
And we have guests as well.
Correct. We all 5 own this podcast. We're all guests.
No, I've been
On our own
I've been to
podcast.
Washington State, Oklahoma, and every state from Texas to Florida. But that's it.
Can you name those states?
Georgia, Louisiana, and Mississippi.
You forgot Alabama, and Georgia is technically north of Florida.
That's what I meant. I always get that confused. It was Georgia, not Alabama. One of the cousin fucking states, okay?
One of the fucking cousin states. I think it depends on the
hating
placement.
on Alabama and Georgia. Y'all are interchangeable.
The placement
Y'all should be one
of the
state.
word fucking.
But are they worse than West Virginia?
Ooh.
West Virginia.
See, I feel like up in Appalachian Mountains, they're very isolated. It's a small pool. So Virginia, you're not looking so hot. West Virginia.
I don't know, man. That's a tough one. It really depends.
But also, Ozark Mountains as well. You know, you got Arkansas.
Where are the like Missouri? Yeah, Ozarks.
Yeah,
Missouri.
The main part of the Ozarks are in Missouri, but they extend a little further south to Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
North.
I was like, why did Tuna get so much louder? And he got closer to his mic. That's what he did.
Hello.
He's giving the mic the glug glug. The old glug 5000.
Well, it's like 10:30 for you guys, so
I don't have to be up. So
what are you trying to do? You trying to wrap it? I know AG's got to be up in like 2.5 hours or something.
Jesus.
No, he has to get up at
looks
like
tired. Yeah. We have nowhere to be, so
see if he gets 8 hours or 1 hour of sleep, he's still gonna look like that. So
I think I'm the same way. I look the same no matter what.
I definitely do not look the same.
The difference with me is my attitude.
Oh, that is the difference. Yeah.
That too.
That is the difference.
It's funny at work. They already know that, like, if I walk in and I have a monster in my hand, they know not to fuck with me for at least 30 minutes. You know, if I've already had one, if I don't have one in my hand, I'm good to go because I got my caffeine in me. You know,
don't fucking talk to me.
Yeah, I got my fucking engine starter already.
I don't know why, but I can't do like carbonated drinks in the morning. I can only do like coffee.
I can't do coffee.
Yeah.
I love orange juice. I love before I have anything else to just have like a small glass of orange juice. It's like my favorite thing to drink.
Mine's either coffee or water.
Mine's
like just pre-coffee. I still have coffee, but it's like pre-coffee.
Pre-coffee?
But I also
like orange juice pre-coffee.
She's like, she gets up.
Orange juice before the coffee is what you mean.
Brush your teeth.
Okay.
Orange juice, then coffee.
She hadn't even brushed her teeth yet.
Yeah.
Brushing your teeth, then orange juice? Oh, God.
Well, no,
That's
usually
psycho, dude.
I'll usually do orange juice like first thing if I'm going to have one.
Yeah, you got to do it.
Yeah, we're talking like 5-6 o'clock in the morning, and she's not even at her fucking computer until 9.
You got to do orange juice before brushing your teeth. Otherwise, you're just a psychopath.
Facts.
It's true.
If you do it after, you're fucked up in the head.
I also only do iced coffee. I don't.
Oh, you don't do hot?
I don't do hot coffee. I don't know why. I just not a fan anymore. I used to, but I don't.
You might as well be
I'm a basic
British redcoat. You are America hater. You commie.
So what's funny is
they drink their tea hot. We drink ours cold. We drink our coffee hot. They drink theirs cold. That's
so you want to talk about basic? So her favorite creamer for her coffee is caramel macchiato. It's caramel macchiato. We went to the store and I said, and I called her and I was like, babe, they have pumpkin spice. And she went, just get one of each. There is pumpkin spice in our house.
I was about to say, if she's a basic bitch, if she gets more excited for pumpkin spice than seeing your willy.
Jeez.
Depending on what time of day it is, that could be a true fact.
I was gonna say it depends on the mood and what time of day it is. So
I'm not.
If she's like, oh my god, I gotta have it, or pumpkin spice.
If I go to the coffee shop and PSLs are available, pumpkin spice latte.
Mm-hmm.
That's the acronym for it.
You are not.
I will still order a caramel macchiato. That's my favorite drink to order.
I like my pumpkin spice.
I don't like
lattes.
pumpkin spice.
I really do.
I'm
name tag. Too sweet. I don't like them. I'm also the opposite of most people in that I don't like my coffee very sweet. So even though I do iced coffee, I like it to be just sweetened, just flavored. I don't like that whole like let's dump it. Like when I go to Starbucks and I order a drink, I order it hard, like barely sweet, I think is the term.
I like mine sweet, but I also like mine strong.
Yeah, me too.
So
I always
kind of balances out.
espresso. Yeah, I always add extra like espresso to mine.
Yeah, the coffee that gets made in my house is definitely Navy coffee, which is basically like fucking turpentine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking strong.
So
you gotta cut it with scissors to stop pouring it.
Yeah.
So during the fall season, Ashley's tag, since we're gonna put him, is AKA basic white girl. During all the fall months.
See, also a basic white bitch is somebody that will drink pumpkin spice lattes but will not touch a pumpkin pie.
Oh, I fucking love pumpkin pie.
She'll fuck up a pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie is the shit, dude.
Love pumpkin pie.
I don't want to drink
I used
it.
to not as a kid. As a kid, I didn't like it, but as an adult, I'd eat one face first.
Have you?
Probably my second favorite pie.
Have you ever had a sweet potato pie, like a real sweet potato
I don't like sweet potatoes or
it.
yams. I don't like it.
No, I love sweet potatoes and yams, but I don't like sweet potato pie.
They
Babe, you did something
exactly the same as a pumpkin pie.
You changed something because I'm barely talking and I can hear myself again.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Both of yours.
Because you're talking louder than you were.
I'm actually not. I'm talking the same volume I've been talking. You changed something.
I didn't change shit.
He's just talking closer to his mic, so it's open more.
Oh, no. Why did my fucking decibels go up? My gain go up?
I was like, something changed because
my input gain went up for some reason.
He's over there touching stuff.
I didn't touch shit.
You sound better now.
What it is,
because I adjusted it.
Okay.
Shazzy, they are both within the same room, just away from each other. So her voice was picking up on his mic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I try to keep the gain down, but apparently somehow it went up. I don't fucking.
Do we talk about? What do we think about video games? Video games are awesome.
Yep.
I hate them. They're terrible.
Hey, fuck COD.
I don't. What I think about. I don't play Destiny 2 or CS:GO or COD or any of them.
Nah, fuck that.
And I have
this new game called Farlight 84 is terrible. Do not play it.
Yeah.
And I
especially if you're sweaty.
What are you saying, Ash?
I said, and I have not been lost in The Sims 4 all weekend.
Oh,
yeah.
That's why she has not played with us, Rebel.
You should see it. I'm building a massive ranch right now.
As long as you don't make a large, like, torture chamber in a house and then like torture all your Sims and kill them.
Look, how do I
She did torture her employees.
I did not.
Wouldn't that be entertaining content though?
I may have overextended myself a little bit. That's
people
all.
Question your sanity at that point.
You just share the application and pull up the Sims.
No, Shazzy. Once you go up in rank in Fairlight, it gets sweaty.
Definitely sweaty.
There's been nights that we don't get wins at all.
All the sweaties are out.
Bro, especially after midnight Central Time.
Crank that VPN up,
Is that all
bro.
I have to do?
It's rough.
Yes, it's working.
Okay, hold on. Let me turn it around so you can see.
Well, wait
Is
till...
this your spot? What is this? What are we looking at here?
Wait,
this is what I've been working on.
This is what
this
you
is
made?
Joel Olstein's house, isn't it?
Look, this is it's going to be the house. And this is my barn.
Where's your torture chamber at?
No, you know what this is? This is
chamber.
another Ginger's house. This is Ed Sheeran's house in the English countryside.
Look, this is what it looks like from the entrance. Isn't it pretty?
The English countryside doesn't have those like rock pillars though.
Why are you building a ranch in Arizona?
It's not in Arizona.
That's Mesa, Arizona.
You need an ocean there. You need an ocean.
Yeah, that is oceanfront property if I've ever seen it.
I don't
think you need a cliff right in the front and make it all ocean.
Look, there's a cliff over there. You just can't get to it. See?
I would say flood that entire area.
I think you
just
need
flood it.
I'm super proud of this house, by the way.
Put all your Sims in there and burn it to the ground.
You are so bad.
People.
Jay, send it to me on Twitter.
Make it.
Oh my god!
Recreate the barn scene from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
In Sims.
Yeah, right. A pristine house in Death Valley around
it. Exactly. Where is the wildlife? Oh, it's
yeah.
too hot
They're
for
not here yet
wildlife.
because I'm not
water.
done yet.
Every drop of water
This
in that
is
entire
Sims 4.
area
I'm
is
gonna
going
make
to
a
scratch right now.
I'm gonna make a Sims 4 now.
Diamondback.
I built it and I haven't moved a or I'm not even done building it. That I haven't touched the inside. I'm still working on the exterior.
I'm gonna recreate the movie Nope. That's what I'm gonna recreate in The Sims. There'll be aliens. There'll be abducting people and shit.
I can't wait for The Sims to be open world, like
that would be cool.
servers. I know that's the only reason I haven't been playing it is I've loved The Sims since I was in high school, but I got away from playing it because I can't play it with anybody. So, you know, Tuna and I always try to find games to play together, and so it's got to be coming. Like they've got to make it to where you can share servers.
What are we looking at here?
20.
Jay wanted his game.
What game?
24.
He said Farlight.
Oh yeah, Farlight's fun as fuck, man.
And he said it's Diamond 4.
Yeah.
Yesterday I did get my third 20 bomb.
Yeah.
It was The Sims 4, Shawsy.
I've had a 20. A little over 20.
Everything?
Yeah, you got like 20, 23, 24 as well, Scub. Maybe even more than that, I think.
Yeah. Ready Player 2, yeah. It's a new coin the term.
Yeah, we tried to do the mod for The Sims, but it did not work.
Yeah, there's a mod to where you can share the same save file, because ultimately that's the thing is like, because right now the only way that it works is off of your save file. It's not like Sons of the Forest where you can somebody can host a server. It's got to be coming. Sims has been around too long, and open world shared gaming has become too popular for them not to move into that space, and they've talked about it coming, but they haven't said when. So I think they're working on it, but somebody created them. It would be so cool, right? It would change the game. Yeah.
The original forest was the exact same way, where one person hosted it and up to 11 people. At that time, it was just 11. I think it's 30 on the new one.
Yeah.
But there was more people that could play the game at one time than developed the game. There was 7 people that worked on that game. So like The Sims could do it easily.
They could totally do it. Yeah. I just don't think that there was as big of a push for it at the time. Yeah.
I don't think they were thinking about it.
Yeah, exactly. And now that it's become so much more popular, that it's out there. Like if you research it, people are talking about it, and they're serious. They have said that it's coming, but they just haven't said when. So I think they're working on it.
Sims
Is
roleplay.
Sims that much more popular though?
Like,
is it really?
Like
Sims?
It is.
Sims
It is.
huge.
It is. It's pretty big when it comes to like games like that. It's the biggest.
Let's just say that Sims has gotten so popular that they now can offer The Sims 4 is free. Yeah. You don't even have to pay for it anymore because they're making all their money in expansion packs and kits. No, because they're making all their money off of the expansion packs.
She's so serious.
Well, if you think,
I am because it's like they don't even have to charge for it anymore.
I think it'll change if they can.
That's why I'm just jabbing.
If they can update like Grand Theft Auto and 5M. I mean, 5M is massively popular.
Oh yeah,
for Grand Theft, but it's all roleplay. You know?
Take the Sims. Obviously, I mean it's a popular game, but it's not like huge. Like
it's not GTA right now.
Well, it don't even have to go.
But if you made
GTA open, it could go to just like the Forest open.
I would.
I think I disagree. I think it is as big. I think it's just a different community. Sims is a massive community.
It would be that big if you made it open.
Yes, it would
definitely
change it.
If you asked 100 women what their favorite video game was, the entire answers is going to be either The Sims or Farmville.
In 2008?
My daughter's playing Sims 4 right now, so
yeah, it's very, very popular.
Yeah.
And all the expansions and everything that they've done now, that's the thing. Like they just keep creating more demand for it because they're creating more expansions and more kits and more things that you can do with it. And it's been around so fucking long too. Like, so I don't know. I'm excited about it. I can't wait until they actually like make it to where you can play with other people. And we tried the mod. Somebody out there built a mod to where you can supposedly share the same save file, and play together. But we tried it, and I don't know if it's because we were in Japan or whatever, but we could not get it to work right, so we just gave up.
Super buggy, super buggy.
Yeah. But I've been playing it this weekend, and even though we're not playing together, it's been very, very enjoyable for me. It's very relaxing and therapeutic, and
yeah,
I've really enjoyed it. I don't regret it at all. I need to make more time for it because I actually enjoy playing it.
It's important to take the time to do the stuff that you enjoy to do.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she looked at me, she goes, would you be mad if? And I'm like, no. You know, like,
it's like, are you sure you don't care if I keep playing this instead of getting on Sands of the Forest with you?
Well, because we did like some speed runs, some shit that she didn't want to do, and now it's like, you know, on Sundays, I'll probably take a break when the Saints are playing. I'm gonna go watch a damn football game. You know, take 3 hours out of my day, go watch some football. You know, do something like that.
Yeah. Do it. Do your thing.
I
went fishing last night. I was like, I need to fucking go out. I need a like mental break from everything.
Dude, we did that last night. We actually, for the first time in 3 months, we went out and just hung out. We went to one of the bars, and of course, everybody was like, "I thank you for letting me know you're alive." You know.
God, I haven't been to a bar in so long, like an actual bar. I haven't been so long.
Well, this wasn't an actual bar. It's a restaurant. We just sit at the bar. So we call it the bar.
Yeah. I haven't even done that. Like, I don't know.
They have a humongous fucking bar.
I'm pretty boring.
Would have been when you were in Vegas?
Yeah, that's probably the last time is when I was chilling with you, AG, and we were having drinks in Vegas, man.
Yeah.
What was that, 1986?
No. It was 1975. No.
You could still walk down Fremont Street.
Yeah, right. When was that?
Still drive down there.
21.
Yeah,
something like that.
Oh, so that was right after Japan.
Yeah,
it was 21. Yeah, like late 21.
It was last year, wasn't it?
It might have been last year.
It was last year.
That would have been last summer.
Because I was at a family reunion, and I'm like, shit, I need to link up with AG. So we linked up and we went to the.
Well, I mean, if I would have known that, AG was in that area, I would have, hit him up during SHOT Show.
We went to.
Yeah, we were in Vegas. Yeah.
Where did we go to? The Omega Mart and shit. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, we went to area. Was it Area 15?
Yeah, Area 15. That's a pretty cool little spot.
Well, because you're out near Henderson, right?
No. Completely other side of Vegas.
Oh.
Because I live 30 minutes outside of Vegas. I don't actually.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all ever heard of dark dining?
No.
Yes.
What is that?
We were just talking about Vegas, and y'all said Area 15, and it reminded me of this restaurant that we went to in Vegas.
It's like a five-course meal, 5-star restaurant, pitch black.
So the one in Vegas is also, I don't know if all of them are like this, but the one in Vegas is 100% vegan. So I talked Garrett and some other people that we were there with into going with me, and they surprisingly enjoyed it. And I think they were so much more open. They ate so many things that they would have never eaten if they had not been able to see it. And they actually said that it was a really good overall meal. I think there was only like one course, and it was like the salad course that he really didn't care for because he just doesn't like salads.
I think they say when you take one of your senses away, your other senses increase, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you close your eyes when you're eating something, you focus in on the flavor. You know what I mean? I think that's a thing. Yeah, that's a thing.
I mean, the thing about it is like any sort of raw vegetables for me, I don't like them. I really don't. But I could still, I'm like, no, not really. But like, I would like feel my way around it, take them off, and I'm like, oh, this ain't bad. And it's like fucking soy or whatever the fuck it was. But
Rob,
I mean,
where's your cutoff? Like lettuce, you don't cook lettuce, but you eat lettuce, right?
There wasn't anything.
No, I don't eat lettuce.
He doesn't eat lettuce now.
I don't eat lettuce.
No, but there wasn't raw vegetables for him to pick off at these meals. I mean, that's not how it was.
See, I don't have like raw onions and shit on top.
I've heard a few
like cooked carrots and shit, like cooked vegetables or.
It depends on how cooked they are. For me, like carrots and things, I need them just like hit really fast on something extremely hot, but I still need that crispiness to them. I don't want them soggy. I don't like that.
I don't like cooked.
I don't mind either way, but I would prefer them. Like if anyway, raw would be way better than
I don't like the
soggy.
Yeah.
See,
I
love
like
me some like steamed cauliflower and broccoli.
Me too. I love
onion. For me, onions,
it.
burn those mugs. I don't care. I'll eat them. I like them that way.
I slice cauliflower into like steak and put it in Montreal steak season on an olive oil. And, like you throw it in an air fryer or a fucking smoker. It's amazing. It's so
You
good.
need to smoke me one of those, babe.
Good.
If you get the recipe from Skip, you can smoke that. They call it a cauliflower steak.
It's all you do. It's just olive oil and like Montreal steak seasoning. You can add a little garlic powder or something to it if you want to just a little heighten some flavors, but you just smoke it and just soften it just a little bit and singe some of the ends. I mean, it's so good. In an air fryer,
completely vegan?
What temperature?
Like 375, 400.
Okay.
400 is probably better.
Are you completely vegan or just vegetarian?
That's a complicated question.
Pescatarian. Sometimes.
Yes.
All right.
That's what I was saying. You eat fish, so you're technically
Yes.
pescatarian or whatever that's.
My daily diet is 90% vegan. I would say there is maybe one meal or one snack a day potentially that might have some sort of dairy in it. But I do not
in the
eat
form of like cheese.
Yeah, but I don't go out of my way to eat things like cheese. So like for example, if I can avoid it, like if I make a sandwich here at home, if I don't have vegan cheese slices, I'll just forego the cheese and I'll do, my vegan meat and veggies, and I do a vegan mayo, mustard, and things like that. So I go out of my way to seek out vegan options before I resort to non-vegan options. If I go out to dinner and, it's a nice restaurant or whatever, then I'll maybe order a fish dish. But 90% of my diet is vegan.
What's the issue with chicken eggs for vegans, I would say?
So the issue with chicken eggs, so it's actually
produced. It doesn't harm a chicken.
Well, so it's actually, so with eggs, it's the industry. So if you Google,
what if it was farm raised though? Like you raised your own chickens.
For me, that would be the difference. If I had my own chickens and I did not have roosters, because some people don't know this, chickens lay eggs without roosters. They're not fertilized.
That's
right?
why they're eggs, yes.
And those are the ones you want to consume.
Correct. A lot of people don't know that though. There's a lot of people that assume that, but I'm like, it's just like women. We produce eggs all the time, right? I know, but I'm just saying, like,
it's just gonna go to waste.
Exactly. So
Shark Week
for me, if I had chickens that were my own chickens without a rooster, unfertilized eggs, I would have no problems eating those. The problem with vegans and eggs is the industry, because if you Google what happens to
it's terrible
in the industry, it's awful. I mean, it's so. In that point, it's not eating the flesh of an animal; it's supporting the industry. People. Same thing with dairy.
Like
you don't have to kill a cow to get dairy.
Yeah,
correct. It's the same thing.
I grew up working on a. Go ahead.
My favorite meal in the fucking world is one of the most hated things.
Veal,
and I love it. Veal Parmesan. It is my absolutely favorite food in the world.
That's my mom's favorite.
See, you know what they do to them to get it that way?
I absolutely do, and I don't care.
That's the thing. That's the difference.
There's a reason why I'm up here on the food chain and they're down there. That's exactly how it is. That's
just
nature.
Don't give a shit because they're raised for food, and that's what they're here for, and I don't get.
See, that's what I disagree with. I don't think that that's what they're here for. But that's, it is.
I
have no problems.
Prefer if I can get local, because often it's small scale. It's a small farm. Like the last time I got a pork, I bought a half a hog from somebody who only raised like, I don't know, 5 hogs, right? Personally on their property, and the hogs, there's no mistreatment there. There's no, like, they're farm raised organic, if you want to call it that, hogs. It wasn't like a huge factory in a giant barn where they're living in squalor and there's disease and sickness and all those other things you find in large farm, like pork hog farms and things like that. That I preferred that, you know, but again, the taking of the life part, I think, is the problem with
that's the problem.
The vegan thing. It's the taking of the life.
I actually have a good example of this. Not too long ago, probably within the last 6 months to a year, I used to buy skincare products from this company called Primally Pure. Love their products. I love, you know, their story and all the things. They started as a small business and all that stuff. Skincare is very important to me. And they carry products that have things like tallow and other animal derived ingredients, right? And I just never bought those products. They have some products that are fully vegan, and I only bought the products that were fully vegan, and I was okay with doing that. Then they sent out an email, and the email's purpose was to, in a way, explain why they choose to use animal-derived ingredients in some of their products, because they were getting some backlash. Why aren't you vegan? Because it's a big scene, right? And this one sentence kept me from ever ordering a damn thing from them again. And it said, all of the animals were happy. I can't remember all of the exact verbiage, but in a nutshell, the sentence said that all of the animals are happy and well taken care of. And I messaged them back, I emailed them back, and I just felt like, I felt compelled to say something, because I would be happy too, all the way up until somebody murdered me. At the end of the day, that's the way I feel about it. Is that it doesn't matter how they were treated before you killed them. You still killed them, right? And they're not any happier about being killed because they were happy before. So I didn't like their rationalization for why. I'm like, you're telling me that because the cow was happy before you killed it, we should feel better about using it to make our skin look better? I can't bring myself to get on board with that, and I will never buy another product from them again. And it was just like, it doesn't matter how they were treated before, you still murdered them. But that's my opinion.
Yeah, I see your point there. Yeah, I mean, you make extremely
valid,
great argument there. You know,
especially for a company that pushes vegan products and not all their stuff is
that
right.
That murder, or what they would say, murder of that animal, is still going to happen. And say like tallow and other stuff that are used in other makeup lines or whatever it may be, it may go to waste if it isn't sold in that form. So it's still going to happen. Then that animal died for nothing.
Well, not necessarily, because in order to affect change, right, there has to be enough people. This goes back to why a lot of vegetarians still eat and consume dairy and eggs, because their problem is not necessarily with the dairy and eggs, it's the industry. Their biggest problem is consuming or the harm of animals, right? So if everyone had the same mentality of, well, people are going to kill them anyway, so I may as well just go ahead and indulge myself in whatever the repercussions of that are, then nothing ever happens. No change ever happens. But if enough of us say, no, we're not going to support this, then eventually they don't make the money that they need to do the things that they're doing anymore. So that's the whole mentality behind it, is that if I don't do something, then I'm part of the problem. So while I understand it goes to waste, and I hate that, it is still me taking a stance and saying that if I don't join the movement will never become big enough to actually be a movement. And that's the way I look at it. And that's why I don't buy dairy. I don't buy milk. I don't buy eggs for myself. I don't, because I don't personally want to support it, because the more money I give them, the more they continue to do those things. And it's just the problem is that there's not enough people,
I understand that. Now I want to be completely self-sufficient, grow my own food, hunt my own meat, because I feel like the industry it's not just for meat, it's plants as well. Like they're pesticides and herbicides and stuff like that. They're spraying on your poison on your food and you're eating it.
It's damaging. It's the farming industry with plants and stuff like produce. It is horribly damaging because of the size of the operation, and there's so much waste too.
Yep.
Yeah. There's waste in every industry.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, you're right.
We want some land for, part of that reason too. Cause there's nothing better than fucking fresh chicken eggs. Like there's not.
The ones you can just leave out on the counter. You ain't even got to refrigerate them.
Mm-hmm.
Facts, and I'm a little bit different or whatever. I will still eat a fucking egg when there was a rooster around. I don't care. You
gotta catch that shit early though. You don't want that that balut in there and shit.
But that's I've done it. I've ate them because we'd go get them fresh. We had some friends over there on the farm, and every morning that we'd be at their house, it was collecting the eggs. So there was no egg, that stayed more than a couple of hours, under the mom, and then you got the little dot in the fucking egg. But honestly, I like the taste of the fertilized. They've been fertilized better.
You can pick that thing out, man. It's fine.
Well, I don't think you'd be able to tell the difference.
You can't. There's a little bitty tiny fucking dot when you crack that bitch or whatever. That
I'm saying taste wise, if I cooked 2 eggs exactly the same way, one fertilized and one not, you're not going to tell the difference.
I bet you I could.
I bet you.
Yeah, you can
because
I can tell
the color of the yolk is different too.
Color.
Yeah, the color of the yolk is different. It's actually a darker, almost gold.
A farm egg is very orange looking, but it doesn't mean it's fertilized.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it's fertilized.
Okay, what I'm telling, I've had both of them.
He does know.
I've seen both
swimmers tastes like.
I'd like to see the science on that.
Yeah,
I don't know if you could tell the difference unless there's an actual zygote growing inside of it.
Unless you can see a chicken, there's no way you can tell the difference.
Have you ever had balut?
What is balut?
No, I haven't. It's gross. It's a chicken embryo.
Yeah,
it's a chicken that hasn't hatched yet, but it's pretty much ready.
It's hard boiled. It's a hard boiled chicken egg or sometimes duck egg.
And you eat it whole.
20-something days old. It's hard boiled, and there is an actual
a delicacy somewhere
in the Philippines.
There's an actual chicken in there.
Very eggy. Yeah, I can't do it. I've tried it. It's not good.
We were watching did y'all watch the show Billions?
No.
Mm-hmm.
So we were watching it the other day, and this guy is rich as fuck, right? And so he's able to get pretty much anything. And what was it called, babe?
Fuck me.
Not the 1,000-year-old egg, right? The gross ass fucking black egg.
Okay. It was actually a bird. It was a type of small bird. But what it was, they were eating this delicacy, and the name of it, you wouldn't have even known what it was. So of course we had to Google it because we're like, what the fuck are they eating, right? Because to me, it looked like a little man. You should look up the clip of that show because it looks like a little mini
ortolan.
It looks like a little man, is what it looks like a little burnt man, and they're eating it, and they're explaining how it's illegal because the way they used to treat the birds, because they used to gouge their eyes out and so that they couldn't see.
What?
Yeah, this is a true story. They really do this. So they gouge their eyes out so they can't see, so they don't know what time of day it is. So they gorge themselves and eat a lot, and then they would kill them by soaking them in brandy, and it was like a delicacy. and they deemed it inhumane, and so it's illegal in almost everywhere in the world.
There it is.
The fuck is that?
It's a peep.
Bunting. It's a tiny little bird.
It is literally a small bird.
Yeah, it's.
That doesn't seem like it would.
But you should find the clip from Billions, because it doesn't look like a bird in that clip at all. Jimmy, it's called Billions.
Billions.
Looks like a Fall Guys.
I'm telling you, it looks like one of those little like maybe a voodoo doll with no. I don't even know how to.
That's what I said. It's a breaded peep. It looks like a peep dipped in like.
I'm interested. I'm gonna find this clip sometime and see.
I've got it. I've already got it.
Okay. We're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch this clip.
Is it? Hold on. Let me see.
Just waiting on Tuna.
The show is really good, Jimmy. If you haven't seen it, the show is. We're like obsessed with it.
Shit.
All I hear are crickets.
I was making sure none of my shit was on it.
All right, kids.
These guys are definitely taking adrenochrome.
That's why I wanted you to have the ortolan tonight, Commander.
Is there volume? Can you turn the volume up a little bit?
You yet are.
I can't hear shit. What?
Can you turn the volume up a little bit?
Right-click it and turn
barely
the
hear
stream
it.
volume up. Scott.
Right-click and what?
Oh yeah.
Right-click it and turn stream volume up.
So this guy is like a multi-billionaire.
Right.
We actually
You'd have
looked
to
it
know
up.
WAGs. You'd have to understand WAGs. But of course, as this is happening, we didn't understand the words that they were saying. So I was like, "What the fuck is that?" So we had to Google it. So we go down this rabbit hole of like Googling all of it. We were like, "Oh my god, this shit is actually true. They really do this stuff."
It was like everything that they said or whatever. Everything that I looked up was accurate.
Those people are fucking out of their minds.
You gotta watch that show.
I mean, the acting was great, what they're doing in the scene there, but like, if those were actual people, like, I would run away from them. They're fucking psychos, dude.
They're multi-billionaires.
Yeah,
They're
they're psychos. They're doing weird shit.
That show is fucking addicting.
I'm gonna check it out now.
Right now.
Billions.
Yeah.
I'm checking it out.
It's called Billions. It's all about a stock trade. He's a stock
okay.
trader, or he's a hedge fund manager.
Oh.
And he's constantly in a battle with like the SEC and the Attorney General for doing like insider trading. Yeah. So it's all about him being like a multi-billionaire and the government trying to come after him all the time.
Well, you gotta have the Showtime with Prime.
Oh, I believe that
because it's actually a Showtime.
I believe
if you
it's
like
real,
Suits,
Jay.
you would like this show.
Yeah, if you like Suits, you like this show.
We loved Suits.
Yeah, I tried to get into Suits. I just was too tired. I think the first episode I saw was pretty good, but I just
we binge Suits like
I'll have to try it again when I'm less tired.
Suits and Billions.
I'm gonna check that show out though, because it's just weird as fuck.
Once you get into it, it's really good.
That one scene, you'd have to watch the show to see why they're doing that one specific thing. That's
and
not
why they're acting the way that they're acting.
That's not a normal episode.
And Wags is known, the guy saying this, like the gullet. Mm-hmm. Wags is known for being really out there and just like really. He's like the guy that does cocaine and does all the crazy shit. Like he's just kind of,
he
like that.
Blow off of hookers' asses.
Yeah, he's like
just because he can.
Definitely someone I'd never hang out with. Then basically,
the Hunter Biden type.
I saw that, Jay.
Yeah.
The same character from which character from Suits? Wags?
Yes.
Which guy did he play?
He's the old owner of the company.
He's the owner of the company.
They kicked out, and then he came back, and then they finally got him to go away.
Was that Wags?
Yes,
it's the same guy.
Wait, is this like a spinoff or something?
Oh. No, not at all. Completely different shows.
Stories don't enter.
Fucking name.
But
I will send you to
I guess
Jesus.
you're right now that I think about it.
He's one of the original owners because it's his name up for Suits. He's the guy that everybody hated and kicked out.
I didn't remember that was him.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Holy
I knew
shit.
that one.
Wags is fucking funny in Billions, though.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna
I
check it
actually
out.
like him in Billions.
Sure.
Yeah, he's the number 2 guy. So, so there was something that I wanted to say a long fucking time ago. We were talking about Piper with her stuff before we wrap this thing up because we got like 2 minutes. We actually did a formal, or I called the fucking manager myself, asked him what happened. Dude's a fucking straight dickhead and didn't want to talk to me like a civil person when I was asking him stuff. So we ended up doing a formal fucking complaint against the dude.
Good.
And I went as far as to take pictures of her in her uniform, the exact shit that she was fucking wearing, with a tape measure and all that shit. So I'm interested to see how that's going to go.
I believe we would say Twitter tag. Okay.
In other words,
so I'm
you
not
know how to hurt people is on social media.
So I thought I'm going to let it see how I'm going to let it see how it plays out. Yeah. But I thought about having her make a fucking TikTok about it.
All I'm saying, man, is you want people to listen, and if it gets someone on social media, that's an outlet to get people to actually fucking listen to it.
I didn't bring any of that up just because we're doing the actual, the formal routes,
the right process,
the right way to do it, and then if something doesn't happen about it, then I'll be like, have fun.
Yeah.
Go be you. See what happens.
Watch what we do next.
Well, so what's funny is, and I think we've mentioned this before, so because that Raising Cane's is a franchise.
Yeah.
They have franchise opportunities and all that stuff or whatever. But the actual owner of her particular
the founder
store,
of Cane's.
The one that owns her store is the founder. Todd Graves. So
at Todd Graves.
So it's like corporate as corporate can get.
Facts. So that's why I'm like, all right, they got an HR department.
Give them a
figure
chance.
This out.
Yeah,
exactly. And that's what I told her. And dude, I literally spent, I think her and I spent 3 hours typing that thing up, going through everything. And, because I'm like, hey, you need like chronological, like what exactly was said. Like, and I even quoted shit out, and all that stuff. It helped her with all that stuff. And so I'm kind of interested to see how it goes because it was a fucked up situation.
I'm interested too now. I want to know.
I was in here running.
I
was in here running my vet clinic, and he comes in here later on The Sims. I'm on The Sims, running my little vet clinic, building houses, and he comes
like, what
in.
You been doing?
I was like, "What you doing?" He's like, "We just submitted the complaint." I was like, "Jesus Christ, that was hours ago."
When you get a guy that proves people wrong and goes off of guidelines,
hope not
for a living, like, come on now.
Yeah, hope not. Hope that's not the case.
Hopefully I don't know if it's the case or not, but we'll see.
She definitely felt like he didn't particularly care for her for some reason because he was always kind of getting on to her for something.
That could be a personality conflict,
Yeah.
My biggest thing is I hope awareness gets brought.
Mm-hmm. And it's the best thing we can hope for at this point because she's not going back to work there. Like, she's not trying to get her job back.
I wouldn't.
She just, she's like, no, I'm not going back there.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't.
Yeah, because whenever I talked to the dude or whatever, I was like, was it 3 inches? He goes, it was just barely at the 3-inch line. And I'm like, so it's within guidelines, right? Well, and he would start choking. And then his biggest mistake was cutting me off. That is my pet peeve, is being cut off. Like, let me finish my fucking sentence.
What is?
But yeah, that is my biggest pet peeve. And then
bet it is.
I lost it on him. And I was like, fuck off.
You fucking troll.
Yeah.
You did it for the
lols. The thing about it is, we're not in a we're not in a debate. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not in that type of setting. Like, cut me off all the fucking time. That's fine. But when we're in like that heated type thing, like when you do that, like even when me and Ashley are in an argument, like that is one thing that we don't do.
Or we try really hard too.
Yeah, we try really hard.
As long as you put an effort to try, it happens. It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
But as long as you're really putting in the effort to try not to, and then maybe if you happen to realize that you did, you just kind of stop. Because we do that for each other here. We go, oh, sorry, somebody's finishing a statement or something, but we try.
That's usually what we do. We're like,
it's not
sorry,
perfect.
I didn't know you weren't done talking. That's kind of how we, we're like, because sometimes we don't always know. Like, if he finishes a sentence, then I'm like, I don't know if he's going to say anything else. So I might start saying something, and if he wasn't done yet, then I have to be like, sorry, I didn't know you weren't done yet, and I kind of stop. And so that's kind of the way we've.
Well, and I'm at
a breath.
Yeah, well, I'm at a disadvantage because I got a fucking half lawyer, half psychologist, and then my dumbass cop self over here. It's like, hold on, like let my brain catch up for a second.
Jimmy
likes brain cannot tell you exactly how I feel about this subject, but my dumb brain is telling me I don't like it.
Jimmy,
which
surprise.
ones are real and which ones aren't? I just gave that up.
Too late. I'll never tell my secrets.
Mine's real. See, I can cover my face and it doesn't hide it.
I
doesn't hide it either.
Mine
yeah.
Either.
When y'all put like things in front of your face, it does like it.
It's
some
whatever it's like.
I can just move a little bit.
Yeah.
Mine's only around the edges.
Yeah.
That's good. You guys want to wrap this thing up or what?
Or whenever my phantom hand comes in.
Yeah.
AG's like, I need to go to bed. Shut the fuck up.
My dad's waiting to go to bed, I'm sure, too.
AG, get the fuck out of here.